Well. Here we are, meeting again, Gripper Nation. How's everybody tonight? We got Leafs, we got Vegas, and we got weird lineup game. Are you ready for weird lineup game? I like a weird lineup game. We got Domi on the IR. We got Matthews in Germany getting, I don't know, stem cells injected into his brain. We've got a lot of other people that are injured too. And so here's how the lines look tonight. Your first line center is Pontus Holmberg. Now, they have that listed as the first line. I think the line with Tavares and Marner in it would be the first line. But I'm going to go through the lines as they're listed from Dave McCarthy. Nyes, Holmberg, Nylander. That's line one. Line two, McCann, Tavares, Marner. Line three, Steves, Dewar, Lorentz. Line four, Robertson, Minton, Grebenkin. Now, you know that Minton and Grebenkin are two guys that the Leafs really want to have a look at. Obviously, they don't want them in the league this year. They wanted them to stay in the AHL and have a longer period of just development. But they don't really have a choice, do they? Yanni Hakanpää is out tonight. He's going to rest. Obviously, that knee is something they want to be ready for the playoffs. And listen, they've got defensive depth. So Riley, Ekman, Larson are reunited. McCabe, Tanev, one of the best defensive pairs statistically, literally in the league, which is wild that a Toronto Maple Leafs team has that. And Benoit Timmins, goalie will be Joseph Woll. And for everybody that wants to know, there will not be an Ilya Samsonov start tonight. It's a bummer, but he's not starting. For the Vegas Golden Knights, I'm going to bring up the lines here in just a second. And, it's a pretty good-looking lineup. Ivan Barbashev, Jack Eichel, and Pavel Dorofeyev starting us off. And then we got Hertl, Waugh, and Kolesar. And we've got Howden, Carlson, Holtz, and then Tanner Pearson, Cole Schwid, and Cal Burke. Noah Hannafin, Pietrangelo, Theodore Whitecloud, McNabb, Korzak. I mean, this is a good Vegas team. And it, again, like I said, it's not Ilya Samsonov. It's going to be Aiden Hill that starts tonight. Ilya Samsonov gets to play against the person he called his buddy. That would be Linus Ullmark, who kind of dissed him on a podcast earlier this summer, who said basically like, oh, we were really excited that he was going to play because we always felt our chances to win were better. And Ilya Samsonov has not forgotten that. He actually posted about it on Instagram. So that will be a spicy matchup. I'm sure Vegas is going to bring it tomorrow against the Ottawa Senators, who look, frankly, terrible at the moment. Anyway, I think today's lineup's going to be a real test. And you know what? It's really got to be about effort. Tonight, we're looking for effort. For a lot of this, especially the fourth line, we're not going to get a lot of perfection. We're not going to get a lot of great execution from some of these things. Holmberg between Nylander and Nyes is just flipping wild. But that's what depth is for. And Holmberg's had a rough year, and I'm looking for effort, and I'm looking for execution. Try to string this together. Get up there against Jack Eichel and show him what you can do. Now, the puck drop is not actually going to be for another 5-6 minutes because, you guessed it, the Leafs are honoring the Toronto Argonauts for their Grey Cup victory before the game, and I think that's really nice. It's nice that they're doing that. I do wish that the puck drop wasn't at 7:45, but that's mostly because I'm a dad, and staying up late is hard. So hard. So very difficult. How are you tonight? I hope everything's going well. Excited to be here. I do want to say that there's a couple of milestones we're looking out for tonight. First off, let's have a look at I'm gonna bring this up. My Mo space. So here's what's so crazy. We've been working with Movember. I'm doing the mustache. And I set a target for $2,500. And on Monday, I got on the air and said, okay, I'm going to, I need some more donations. We're falling behind a little bit here. I was at about $300. I'm happy to announce that our $2,500 goal has been reached, which is absolutely incredible. So here's what I want to do. I'm going to raise it another $500. Movember only has like 3 or 4 tiers here. They got 200, 500, 1,000, and 2,000. If you do a $2,000 drive, then you're considered a Mo legend. So I feel like we can outdo being a Mo legend. So we're gonna drop that in the chat. Oh, you can support my Movember page. There it is. The mustache is growing in nice and furry. Alan Walsh, when I recorded with him today, said it didn't look so bad. So okay, we'll go for it. And then the other thing I want to mention is SDPN is nearing a milestone. If you look near the bottom left-hand corner, I want to let you know that SDPN, it says 129,000 subscribers. I can tell you right here, right now, that we have 129,950 subscribers. Tonight, we are looking for our other 50 subscribers. I need 50 more people to subscribe to SDPN, and live right here on the SDPN YouTube channel, we will hit 130,000. And that will be an enormous, enormous jump. This last year, this time, I think we were in the 80,000, like 85,000. Just shows you how fast this is all growing and how great this all is. And this is all because of you. Now, Cassie, let's talk to you. Cassie just dropped 50 subs because she's Cassie. Cassie, you absolutely rock. That's incredible. Thank you so much for dropping 50. We love you. You know that. Brian Greenwood, great call to the Rangers organization or the Raiders organization regarding WrestleMania. Brian, you've already heard the STP from today. That's amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed today's STP. We did Monday, Wednesday, Friday this week, and the reason was that Steve has to fly out Friday for for book signings in Halifax at the parking lot. And the Indigo parking lot, not the actual Indigo chapters. And then tomorrow, actually, working backwards, Steve and Jesse and I have an all-day shoot with one of our casino partners, 888 Casino. So we're really available to do a show later in the week. I know Julian and CJ just recorded their show, and so I think they're going to drop that tonight or tomorrow. And then we'll probably drop Agent Provocateur on Friday, and AP is pretty flippin' sick this week. We're talking about full-blown deep dive into why the salary cap was going to probably explode very quickly and why your favorite team is going to have a lot of money to spend next summer. If they're capped out or not, doesn't matter. There's going to be a lot of money to be thrown around during the summer. Windwalker 57, Hockey Gods didn't just mess with Ovi with that injury. They got y'all too. It's now much more possible he breaks the record against the Leafs. Now, I agree with that. Ovi breaking that record, I was hoping would just, man, the way he was going, it was looking like it was going to happen before Christmas. But you know what? Ovi against the Leafs would kind of be fitting because he eats the Leafs alive. I think he's one of the best players ever against the Leafs in like single game stats. It's just bonkers. I have to look it up. Or maybe I can get my stats god and producer, Hayden Matheson, to look that up. Hayden is going to look it up, but he wants me to promote something first, and I will. He wants me to promote Nailing the Apex, which also drops tomorrow morning. That's me and Tim previewing the Las Vegas Grand Prix. So if you're a racing fan, I hope you check it out. And then Cassie, don't forget what tonight's game is. That's right. And hey, by the way, if you are looking in the crowd, look for a number 91 with rainbow tape on him, because that would be STPON's very own Robert Malloy is there today. And Jesse was taking photos of him from the press box because Jesse is there too. It is Pride Night in Toronto, baby. Let's celebrate. We're going to have some fun. Colin Tully, it looks like you tried to make a comment and you super chatted me $4.99, but you didn't leave a comment. So you could just leave a comment and I'll try to get to it, whatever it is. But I do really appreciate the super chats, guys. We're going to do Leafs Vegas. It's a Wednesday night. Let's party. I also want to say that Justin Fisher is on the chat tonight with, Justin's always on the chat. Usually Robert is too, but Robert is at the game. And a little shout out before the game starts to our very own, and please send your congratulations to Hayden Matheson. That's right. Stats God producer Hayden is celebrating his 1-year anniversary with SDPN today. So that's very exciting. Happy anniversary, Hayden. He's looking something up for me right now. All right. Hayden has the stat for me. Can you text me that stat, Hayden? Okay. Send me the photo. Blue White Flame. Sorry, Adam, but you're facing my Knights today, so I got to root for the opposition. Go Knights, go. Hey, completely understand, but listen, if we win, it's a huge success because we had rookies in the lineup. If we lose, we had an excuse because we had rookies in the lineup. So either way, the Leafs get away with this one scot free. Cassie said, Adam, I sent you pen stats in your DMs. I think that you'll like. Okay, I'm going to check those out, Cassie. Give me a minute. Let's get going here. We got a face off, and I'm going to clap so we can all align our streams. Just so you know, I'm watching on the Rogers app, so I might be slightly behind your at-home cable. Because we don't have cable at SDPN. We live in the now. There we go. So, got to start to the game. We got an inexperienced team versus a team that's largely won the Stanley Cup. No big deal. Windwalker, age 8, Austin Matthews was there for Ovi's rookie goal in front of Gretzky, and the most likely to break the record next. Smells of destiny. Well, it does. And CJ, happy transgender day of remembrance today to all. Happy Pride Night down at the Leaf game. Okay, so Hayden says this. We're talking about Ovechkin. Ovi has the most goals during this is crazy. Most goals versus the Leafs since Ovi's debut. It's Ovechkin and Crosby, and Daniel Alfredson, who had a bunch. Ovechkin has 44. Crosby has 29. Ovechkin has 78 points against the Leafs all time. That's just a full season's worth of points. Just hate it. Just can't stand it. It's honestly, the Leafs were so bad for so long too. It's not really even fair, but we did it to ourselves. Let's be honest. There's that Tavares line out there. Not a bad start from the Holmberg line, but you're really hoping the Tavares line gets it going like crazy tonight. Nice to see Connor Dewar back. He seems jacked to be here. He seems to be in good shape, but it always takes a few games to kind of get things going. And I think what'll be interesting to see is what this line looks like, even though they're not technically the fourth line, they, in a normal game would be. What does this line look like without Ryan Reeves on it? Are they better? There's Steves. This is going to be Lorentz, Dewar, Steves. I don't know. Sure is a group of guys, as Steve tweeted earlier. Oh, I think we got a penalty. All right. Well, listen, it's going to be a good time. I like a weird lineup game, by the way, especially on like a Wednesday night. Just feels like, you know what? It's mid-November. Let's get crazy. Why not? What the hell? Crazy good. The record Vegas is considering their goalie save percentage. Yeah, well, here's the thing with Vegas. They don't seem to need great goaltending. They had it. They've had it before. They've got it when they needed it. But they're a good defensive team. You heard me run down their defensive core. Look, check out this top four. You ready? Hanifin, Pietrangelo, Theodore, and Zach Whitecloud. And don't forget, Braden McNabb's on there too. And they used to have Alec Martinez. I don't know what you really need in goaltending when you have that. St. Louis really messed up, man. I cannot believe they ever let Pietrangelo go. That guy rules. No Monday oatmeal game. Yay. You know what, Deb? I actually couldn't leave the house on Monday because my wife was out, so I couldn't do it. But here we go. Marner, score. Oh, I thought that went in. I actually thought that went in. Nice little penalty kill there, Mitch. Only 122 left to go. I got to say, what was I saying? Yeah, the Monday game turned out to be super boring. I thought, McDavid versus the Canadiens, he can get 6 points. He didn't get any, and neither did the Oilers. And the enigma of the Edmonton Oilers continues. Why are they this bad when they're clearly that good? Hayden says it's all Evan Bouchard's fault. Okay. Some good pressure here, but I like the way the Leafs penalty kill this year. They are far more active on the point, and you're seeing it there. Holmberg's right in there, trying to take away passing lanes. This is something they never did before, and it drove me nuts because they always had the speed, the agility to do it. When you got Marner and Holmberg and those guys out there, they're quick. It's just a quick stride over 1, 2, 3, boom. and they're actually finally using it. Nice little redirection there by Holmberg. And we got 20 seconds left on this penalty kill. Still no Leaf shots through the first period here. Yeah. So it's, maybe don't go to the box again. I'm going to have to, I'm just checking my chat here, guys. If I've missed your chat, I'm coming back to it. Colin Tully. Hey, Adam, wanted to know, us Kings fans remember when you said the Kings were the best team second half of last year at, we owe you. Just kidding. Love you. Oh, well, thank you, Colin. Listen, the Kings are suffering from Mark Bergevin-itis, and as soon as they stop making Mark Bergevin-led decisions, I think they'll be fine. How stressed were you on Sunday for the Steelers versus the Ravens, Cassie? Not stressed at all. Listen, we might not be able to score a touchdown, but we can sure kick our way to a victory. Whatever it takes, baby. Whatever it takes. So this is Grabenkin's first NHL shift, everybody. You are witnessing history. The God. By the way, did you see his quote before the game? It was like, oh, here we go. He's got a nice little steal. Oh, puck stolen at the blue line. There's Grabenkin. Oh, turned around again. Oh. He said, win, I'll enjoy. Not win, I will not enjoy. That's my man. That's exactly who we want. Craig Berube is actually a big fan of this guy. Loves Grabenkin. Loved him in the preseason. Wanted him to play big, mean hockey. Apparently he does. And Fraser Minten, who had that high ankle sprain going into training camp. Oh, off the post. Oh, my God. Looked like we were toast there. Was that Thomas Hertl? I want to see a replay of that. So far, the Knights are looking like the better team. And I have a suspicion that they will probably look like the better team all night because they dressed the better team. But as we all know, it's not always about that. Here comes Nylander away. Oh, shot. Oh, no, he didn't shoot. Oh, he passed. I get why he passed. He should have shot. Oh, here comes Nylander again. Here he comes. Get it. Oh. We're going for our first shot of the game, kids. It's only 7 minutes in. Go Leafs, go. Oh. All right. Danny Dombrowski upgraded membership to STP VIP ad-free. Let's go. Let's go full ad-free. It's fun. It's fun. Any Sioux Greyhounds in the chat? Any Sioux Greyhounds fans in the chat? Hey, yeah. Any Sioux fans in the chat? Pixel Nugget says, why no Sammy? Sammy is going to play tomorrow. He's the backup goalie for the Golden Knights. They're playing a back-to-back in Ontario. And he also gets the matchup apparently against Linus Ullmark tomorrow night. And he doesn't like Linus Ullmark all that much. So it's going to be a fun matchup for him. I think the reporters were happy to have him back. He's quite the quote. He seems like a really fun guy. It's a shame it didn't work out here. Somebody said, nah, Dubas ain't here. So no Sioux fans in the chat? There are some people who are from Sault Ste. Marie, but maybe not Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds fans. Weird. All right, here comes Marner. Little perimeter, little lap here. Here we go. Oh, over to Tavares. Nice look. Tavares just couldn't handle it. So this is the line when they're out there. First off, they look dangerous. They've looked good. They're the only line that's generated any offensive pressure tonight so far. Tavares, Marner, and McMahon. They're also the only normal line left on the team. They're the only one that hasn't been touched by injury. How about that? Here comes Steven Lorentz. This is a guy that had a little scoring touch to start the year. I'm hoping maybe he can find it on this line with Steves and Connor Dewar. Like, he's the only one. Like, Connor Dewar, I think, has played 2 or 3 games. Steves has played 2 or 3 games. Grabenkin and Minten are playing their first games. It's an inexperienced lineup tonight. J-Rock says, Take your pick. Oh, man. It's a good question. Take your pick. Kampf takes all the power play and OT faceoffs for 4 more years, or Dom Ducharme is the Leafs coach for 2 years. Love you, Adam. Just want to see you sweat. Oh my God. I don't know if the Leafs could overcome David Kampf taking all the power play and OT faceoffs. He's a good faceoff guy. Ah, could they? As long as he was winning, like, say, 60%, like a reasonable amount, well, 60% is high. Let's say 52 or 53% of those faceoffs, I could live with Conf taking all those faceoffs. Dom Ducharme, no disrespect to the man, looked outmatched in Montreal. He just did. Hayden is saying he takes David Comp too, no question. Hey, Adam, question. Do you think the Toronto Maple Leafs will sign Nylander to an NHL contract? Alex Nylander, that is. Yes, I do, eventually. But I do believe that they are right up against it in terms of contract slots available. And listen, there's no need to sign him right away. I'm just looking at the active roster, standard contracts. They have 47 standard contracts, which is kind of nice because under Dubas, they used to like to max those out, and then it would make trades kind of tricky midway through the season. I've wondered about Alex Nylander myself. He had a really good run in Columbus. I think he wants to be here. I think he wants to play with his brother. He wants to live with his brother, like, hang out, be brothers. But I think that there are a few things that would need to happen for him to do that. And I think one of the things is happening, which is they need depth scoring and they're not getting it. So can they see enough from Alex Nylander at the AHL level where they go, yeah, he needs to be up here? So we'll see. I don't know. I think it's possible. We'll do a little clock check to start here. Hayden's asking for it, so I will give you one. Life Ulpstad says, hey, Adam, Seattle had a major windstorm last night. 600,000 people, myself included, without power. Thank goodness my family is a generator. Well, hey, thank you for joining us. 11:57 left in the first. I hope that, Life, you and your friends and your family are A-okay. I didn't realize that Seattle got windstorms like that. That's crazy. Beautiful city. Absolutely loved Seattle when I was there. Can we get an SDPN live at a Marlies game? I don't think Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment really cares if we're there live or not. So maybe we could. I just don't get the sense that they are like, I think they're like, we got bigger fish to fry than worrying about some podcast. Canadian Big Mac, Alex Nylander actually wants to be a Leaf, which means a lot. Yeah, it does, man. I mean, I think that the Leafs are a good enough team too, where you go, really, why wouldn't you want to be a Leaf? By the way, did you see that list with The Athletic today about all the centers that they could be trading for? I think Bukestad was on that list. Yanni Gord was on that list. And the names that I was interested in is there was a little bit of a nod to Nazem Kadri and Ryan O'Reilly, who I actually think would be a perfect fit with the Toronto Maple Leafs and was a perfect fit with the Maple Leafs and wanted to sign in Nashville. And I get it. He likes his privacy, wants to do his thing and not be bothered on the street. But interesting wrinkle with Ryan O'Reilly's contract. Oh, we got a goal. And it's Fraser Minton. Oh, baby. Woo! First game, first goal this year. He's played before. Big goal. Second shot of the game. First career NHL goal for Fraser Minton. Let's freaking go, baby. This is a great setup, too. Matthew Nyes grabbed the puck. Bobby Hastings on the bench catches the puck. He's laser focused. Doesn't even smile. All right, here we go. So this is a Holmberg play. Deep. Gets around, kind of turnstiles the defense. But look at that. Pontus. No, that's Nylander. It was Pontus to Nylander. Yeah, I was like, that doesn't look like Pontus Holmberg. There we go. So Nylander is a god. That was amazing. And a great finish by Minton, too. But that's all Nylander, that goal. Man, he's such a stud. Nylander, he's such a stud this year. He's incredible. Saskatoon Blades legend, Minty Fresh Fraser Minton. Hey, did anybody in the chat see Fraser Minton when he played for the Saskatoon Blades? Anybody here? Absolutely love that goal. That was spectacular. Good for him. See, that's a vibes goal more than anything, too. Like getting up 1-0 in a game like this where you're out being outshot 5-1 at that time. I mean, that's huge. But imagine it's a guy's first goal. And every guy on this team, every old guy on this team can remember their first NHL goal and how amazing that felt. And I don't know how that can't cheer you up and make you happy and make you more motivated. I just feel like it would. It's Hayden says it's his first goal on his 7th career shot. He played 4 games for the Leafs last year after making the team out of camp. Didn't look great. That bottom, I think he was paired with like Domi. No, it was Conf and Domi. Oh, terrible pairings. And Minton, I forget who he played with, but it doesn't matter. He didn't get a lot of shots, and that's why he didn't play much. And so they were like, okay, we're going to send you back. And then this year coming into camp, there was a really good outside chance that he was going to make the team as a third line center. And in the rookie tournament, got a high ankle sprain. And I don't know if you've ever had one of those. I have not. Um, they're apparently really nasty to deal with, and they take forever to heal. And so he's played 4 or 5 games with the Marlies this year. I think he had a point in every one of them. And the Leafs, of course, needed stuff. So, they needed to get him back. Okay. So Cassie has a bunch of stats. I see you in the chat, Cassie, that you want me to get to this. I will, on the next commercial break, which should be coming up soon, I will get to your Penguin stats. I promise you. Oh, here we go. Oh, this Marner line has created some good pressure too. Not a lot of chances, but like a lot of that could happen. It's better than some of the other stuff I think we expect tonight. John Tavares along the boards, man. Undefeated. Oh, Marner takes the puck off Riley. Just being fancy now. Oh, and that's out of the zone. I don't think you needed to do that. Doug Lee fan, admit it. You delayed the Monday stream so you could do a Peter Puck deep dive. Did you get the program yet from Steve? No, he didn't give me the program, Doug. Okay, I'm going to text Steve right now. Steve, where is the Peter Puck program from Doug? I'll see what he says back. All right, guys. So I'm just going to update you on our subscribers because I want to grab 50 subs before the night is up. We have 8 more subscribers in the last few minutes, which is actually really good. If we can get 42 more of these. Enigma Eraser. Bro, you got to update the thumbnail to include the mustache. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, we need to get 42 more subs. So if you're commenting on this and you have not subscribed to this page, I don't even know if that's possible. Hit the subscribe button. Hit it right now. And hit that like button too. All right, let's get into these Pen stats. Because listen, Pens fans are upset with me for rightly pointing out that they've been bad this year. But here's what Cassie has to say. And Cassie, I have not researched these stats, so I'm trusting you that these are good stats. Cassie says this: the Pens have played 21 games, including tonight, and they have allowed 3+ goals in 18 of those games. Not exactly a recipe for success. They have allowed 4+ goals in 13 of those games. They have allowed 5+ goals in 7, and they have allowed 6+ goals in 4 of those games. They may be the worst team in the NHL. Or they just may have the biggest goaltending problem in the NHL. I mean, I have a hard time believing, like, guys, if everything Penguins fans tell us are true, and there's no way Crosby would ever accept a trade, no way Malkin would ever accept a trade, Letang staying forever, and these guys finish in 32nd place, like, I just want you to imagine this scenario. You want to talk about legacy. What's that do to the legacy? Because there's always going to be that year where the Penguins were last. Now, they're far out of last right now because the Blackhawks are really bad. Like, because Connor Bedard can't win faceoffs yet. And so they're 18 points in 21 games. The Blackhawks have 13 and 19 points percentage-wise. The Penguins are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sixth last. Ooh. Hayden says Cassie's numbers are 100% correct. Wow. Andrew says, where is Steve? Has he become too famous for us? No, man. I do the weeknight games. Steve does Saturdays. Come on, guys. You know this. Come on, Andrew. VIP for 3 months, Andrew. You should know this. I've also, by the way, done 2 Leaf games this year, undefeated. Gripper Nation is undefeated during Leafs games, so you should be happy to have me along. That's all I got to say. I'm not even a Penguins fan, and I would be sad if Sid left. He was the first NHL star I was a fan of. That's from Emmy. It would, but things aren't beautiful because they last forever, right? They're beautiful because they happened, and it's been beautiful. And maybe he does stay the whole time. I'm not saying he doesn't, but I do want to say that maybe they might want to figure out a plan if he is going to stay, because they should try to win some games. By the way, I don't know if you heard it on the show this week. Brad Treliving introduced himself to Jesse Blake this week down at the arena. And apparently the conversation went like this. Hi, I'm Brad. And Jesse said, hi, I'm Jesse. And I already know you're Brad. And that was and he said, nice to meet you. And that was the entire conversation. Deep stuff at the Leafs. Oh, giveaway. Oh, Jack Eichel almost had an easy shot. Listen, I expect the Leafs to get caved tonight on a lot of 5-on-5 numbers. The stats are not going to be really pretty on a lot of these lines. So you need the Tavares line to step up and be the Tavares line, and they're out there, and McMahon's running like a bull in a china shop. He's awesome. You need, there's Grabankin. Nice little move along the boards there. Oh, Minton almost had goal number 2. Man, I like this Grabankin along the wall stuff. Look at him. Look at the physicality. All right. You can hang. Keep doing stuff like that. Yeah, I expect the Leafs to get absolutely caved in most stats. And in fact, we'll kind of try to update you throughout the game about how goofy this gets because they're really injured. And this is going to be fun. James Myrtle tweeted, Fraser Minton already outscoring all the Leafs non-Tavares centers after 9 minutes in the lineup because nobody else has scored a goal who's playing center tonight for the Leafs, except for Johnny T and Fraser. It's crazy. They needed a third-line center to start the year. I think they know that. But as I was saying, Ryan O'Reilly, I don't know, maybe Nashville really is this bad. Maybe they do start the rebuild. And you know who doesn't have trade protection? Ryan O'Reilly, look it up. Doesn't have trade protection. Makes about $4 million, super affordable deal this year and next. Especially with that cap exploding in the next 2 years. Ryan O'Reilly would be nice. Would have been nice if he just stuck around, but you know. He had to go to Nashville and have the best time of his life. Fine. I'm not mad. You're mad. Hawks23, what can we expect from a Leafs game live? I found out yesterday that I'm going to the Rangers and Leafs in February. Are you in New York, Hawks? If you are in New York, you're going to probably see a lot of Leaf fans who are going to be loud, noisy, and obnoxious. If you're coming to Toronto, it depends on the kind of night you're going. Oh, Willie with a shot. It depends on Toronto. Sometimes it is a bit quiet. I won't lie. Most of the time, though, it's a lot louder than you'd think. I think there's a significant degree of apprehension when you're a Leaf fan and you're at a game. Forget the fact that there's a bunch of suits there. And your weekday games always have a lot more fans than your weekend games. The Saturday night games are always packed with suits. They're always packed with like, hey, I'm from Bay Street and I'm entertaining clients. James Stemler, going to make a order for a meal in the first intermission. Adam, make my choice for me. I'm kind of lazy. 1, make KD with too much cheese, or 2, order a gigantic panzerotti. Man, good choices. I like. Guys, let's let them know in the chat. Can we start, Justin? Can we do a quick poll and have the chat decide James's dinner? Is it a panzerotti or is it Kraft dinner with way too much cheese? Natalie Drake, Minton on the Hattie watch. Yeah, I don't know about that, Natalie. That would be nice. I would like that. I would like that very much. Here we go. Should James have Mac and cheese with too much cheese, or order a gigantic panzerotti. I made my choice. All right, we got a lot of votes here, and it's actually pretty even. Currently, gigantic panzerotti is running away with it at 50. Oh no, it's pretty even. Okay, well, we're gonna watch this. Justin's gonna update me on the he's gonna update me on the results. James, give us a second. Sedin Magic 15. What's going on? Sorry I missed last week. I was at my mom's house celebrating my niece's third birthday for a third time. You're a dad. How many birthday celebrations do kids get nowadays? My nephew, Kian, got 2. But to be fair to him, he and his mom and his dad are all born around like the same time in November. His mom's like October 31st. She's a Halloween birthday. His dad's like a week later, and he's like in there. And I don't know. I don't think he's going to remember either birthday celebrations, but for a 1-year-old, 2 birthday celebrations already is not bad. So yeah, kids get a lot of birthday celebrations. And the interesting thing about it is until they're about 3 years old, they don't care. I would even say 4. 4 is when they really start to like think about it. Somebody needs to tell James that the answer should just be yes. Eat both. True. Shout out to SDPN for translating KD to mac and cheese for Americans. Oh yeah, I forgot. You guys don't have craft dinner. That's so weird. That's so weird. How is it so big here and you guys don't have it? Did KD never try to send craft dinner down there? I mean, Kraft is kind of a big company. Alameo was not expecting the giant poll. It looks like 208 people have voted, and 55% are saying gigantic panzerotti. I mean, I don't listen. If you got a place where you know that they make a good one, mac and cheese you can make anytime. I haven't had a good gigantic panzerotti in like years. Where do you get this? Where do you live? Hayden asked this question, and I think it's a relevant one. And I think Justin will appreciate this as well because we are all food guys. What if you had a gigantic panzerotti and it was partially gigantic due to the fact that it had craft dinner in it? What do we think? I kind of like that. I'm kind of into that. Interesting that they've got McCabe Tanev out there right now with the best line for the Toronto Maple Leafs, offensively speaking. Oh, here we go. Marner in. Oh, McCabe. Damn, Jake McCabe getting crazy pitching. And Matthew Nice covered for him. He's a good man. Here we go. Robert Bett. I'm 60 years old and I've been through a lot of heartache with this team. I always say this year, I always say it's going to be this year, but this year does seem different. It reminds me of the 93-94 Leafs. I think of Nyes. I think Nyes could be the next Wendell Clark. Hey, man. Robert, you saw Wendell Clark grow up. You're watching Matthew Nyes grow up. You would know better than we would. Wendell Clark's best years were when I was like 5 years old, man. So if you can tell me, I watch Wendell Clark highlights, especially, dude, you could see some of these old Leaf games on YouTube now if you search hard enough. He was a maniac, and every hit in those games was illegal. Everybody's leaving their feet. Everybody's dropping elbows. Everybody's hitting with their hands. Anyway, if you can tell me, Robert, what you think, I would trust what you have to say more than me. I just think he's the best power forward they've developed to this point. I can't remember the last time the Leafs developed a power forward like this. He reminds me of a younger Todd Bertuzzi, or one of those massive fridge-like men that used to be like Shanny was a big power forward. He's great. He's tall, man. I've met him a couple times. Guy's a monster. Big boy. I'm thinking who would be like a great power forward. You know what I'm talking about? Like the guys that they're literally built like fridges. Give me one. Give me some. Throw it in the chat. James Stemler, I live in Sarnia and Luigi's Pizza makes a bomb panzerotti. I don't think they serve it with mac and cheese, but I could open it up and put my own in. Well, listen, James, I think you need to do what's best for your heart, and that's loaded up with the mac and cheese tonight, buddy. Jacqueline Chai gifted 20 SDPN memberships. Thank you, Jacqueline. That's amazing. And by the way, if you've not been a STP VIP member, I'm excited for you because oh, big save by Joseph Wall there. I'm excited for you because it's gonna be a good time. It's a I mean, it's awesome. It's hilarious, and you get some of the funniest comment sections I've ever seen. The STPN VIP comment sections are crazy because it's just a bunch of hardcores being hardcore. It's awesome. I love it. Um, in the US, it's called Kraft macaroni and cheese. Well, they should just shorten it. Katie, Kraft dinner. Kraft dinner tastes completely different from the chemical laden macaroni cheese box we get here in the States. Well, I won't lie to you. It's probably chemically, I don't know what it's made with. I know it's orange. I know it reminds me of cheese. It feels like cheese. Do I know it's cheese? Oh, here we go. Morgan Riley. Oh, just misses on the right side. He's got a really accurate shot. It's not necessarily the fastest on release. It certainly is not the hardest shot. But once he gets that thing going, bing, he can pick a corner. James Stenler, best for my emotional heart, not my heart health. Well, listen, James, you just don't do the Panzerotti every night, dude. Hey, there's only so many nights in your life that you're going to be able to hang out on a Gripper Nation stream and eat Panzerotti and macaroni and cheese. Tomorrow might be uncomfortable, but today is what we're living for. Cassie says, last Pens thing. I haven't seen the pod yet. Tell me you saw the Tampa game-winning goal where Jari, where Jari was when the puck went in. I did. I didn't note that. Also, Sully's not. Sorry. Also, side note: how is Sully not in the hot seat? Yeah. So Sully's big good friends with management. They're big believers into him. He's going to coach Team USA. They don't think Sully's the problem. KD in the US is Kevin Durant, says Gary Vegas Golden Vegas Golden Bettman. That's a good name. Doug Leaf, Nyes is a modern day Dave Anderchuk. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Adam, do you own aviators? You bet I do. What do you mean with the mustache? I don't have any with me today. Look at Krabankin dropping the hits here. Oh boy, the Vegas Golden Knights are not going to take too kindly to that. Bit of a hit on the numbers there. Robertson is snake bitten this year. Snake bitten. Coach loves this guy, and he scored 15 goals last year for a coach that hated him. Didn't hate him. Didn't like him, though. 0 points, 15 shots in his last 9 games. Yo, Nick Robertson's better than this. They need a third line center. It can't be David Kampf. It can't be whoever else they've been putting in. Max Domi is a great winger. Love Max. I think he's a winger on this team. They need a center. And they definitely need one tonight. Oh, nice little tip there by Tavares. Unbelievable. So it's Nylander, Marner, Tavares out there just for the last 30 seconds because, hey, why not? Oh, Marner with a not so great giveaway with 15 seconds to go. Please shut this down. Okay, there's Tanev. Listen, I got to say something. The Leafs coming out of this period with 10 shots against and 7-4 is amazing. The fact that they have the lead is amazing. You cannot complain about this. This is great. This is great. This is a good team they're playing. Justin Fisher says, final tally for James for his dinner. Order gigantic Panzerotti, 50%. Mac and cheese with too much cheese, 49%. Poll complete at 287 votes. That's a lot of votes, guys. It's a lot of votes. Hawks 23. Here's the real question. Which do you prefer? Stovetop mac and cheese or oven mac and cheese? I'll be honest with you, oven mac and cheese. With a little bit of, some people put breadcrumbs, some people put like some sort of cheese on there, little bit of crispiness on top. But I'm going to tell you a secret, and you're not going to believe this. My wife hates cheese. And it's not like She just hates it a little. She's like phobic, like does not want to be in the same room as anybody eating it. If I eat cheese, and I can't, I have to go brush my teeth before I can kiss her. It's the only thing about Natalie that's like she's not a difficult person at all. She's one of the most laid back, easygoing, like very fun people that I've ever met. But when it comes to cheese, like her shoulders get up like this, and it's like a fear based thing. It's like Steve around peppers. Steve hates peppers, hates them. So yeah, I would. So I'm not allowed to make these things at home, but damn, one of these days she's gonna go out with her friends, and I'm gonna make myself one of those uh just big oven mac and cheeses. Oh, it's gonna be great. Allie Quinn asks, "What is Costco gravy?" I've never had Costco gravy. Can someone tell me about that? Someone that's a divorceable offense, not liking cheese. Listen, guys, I think that I can get over her not liking cheese. That's how easy it is to get along with Natalie. I love all the people saying red flag in the chat. That's so funny. Oh my god. Can someone explain the Costco gravy phenomena to me? Because I don't get it either. Justin seems to get it, but I don't get it. Robert Bet, if the Leafs lose tonight by 2 goals, uh by 2 or less than 2, I'm counting that as a win. Yeah, I agree, Robert. But I think they're gonna win. I think the vibes are good now. Minton scored already. Steeson Schiller. Are you saying you need to brush your teeth before kissing Steve after you eat peppers? No, Steve never makes me brush my teeth. James Stemler, update on dinner. Gonna do what a couple of people said and go make mac and cheese while I wait for the Panzo to arrive, and then I'll cut it and put some inside. Panzo ETA is 40 minutes. All right, James, doing the right thing. The wrong thing for your body, but the right thing for the chat. James, that's what we need in our lives. And we need an update, a full update of how well they mix together, because it sounds amazing. Now, Costco gravy. Vegas Golden Bettman. Does that mean Natalie is queso-phobic? Yes, that does. Never had queso. Someone talk to me about Costco gravy. KFC craft dinner is awesome. It is. It's not gravy. It's poutine sauce, and it's not the same. Oh, I'm a Canadian, and I don't know the difference between gravy and poutine sauce. What is the difference between gravy and poutine sauce? Brown gravy and poutine gravy. So poutine gravy evolved from brown sauce. Saint Hubert, which is a French Canadian restaurant that does a bunch of chicken, and other brands of poutine gravy. They have a modified brown sauce using chicken broth instead of beef and adding ingredients for what classic poutines taste like. Classic poutine gravy should be brown in color with a reddish orange tinge from the added tomato product. So poutine gravy is also known as mélange à sauce. My French is terrible. Well, the AI answer to this is just not even good. Let's just be honest. The AI answer stinks. You know what I miss about Google? When you can Google something and not get AI. Like websites are good enough, man. I'm down. So poutine gravy sauce. Let's have a look. Let's have a quick look here. I don't need your AI to give me bad answers, man. I don't need it. Okay. Ingredients for the gravy. This one's a liar. This one's a liar pants because it doesn't have the tomato. The brown gravy made by cooking meat drippings with onions and other vegetables, then thickening with flour or cornstarch, which is the stuff you get at Thanksgiving. Justin says there's a guy who comes to Steve's stream and leaves a super chat that says Costco gravy is elite. It's a bit. I haven't had Costco gravy. I'm just a huge fan of this long running joke. Oh, so wait a second. We got to be included in the Steve Dangle joke. Ask Steve what gravy is for Italians. Here, before we throw it a break here, I'm going to do that. I'm going to call Steve. Call Steve Dangle Glenn. Oh, I think a lot of people know. It's on his book. Hayden was like, how many people do you think know that his last name is not Dangle? And I'm like, well, it is on his book. Steven.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hi, Steve. I'm on the chat right now, and somebody asked, what is the Italian version of gravy? Do you have an answer to that? Could you call me back? That'd be nice. All right. Call your friend back. I'm just going to go to break, and then you can call me back during the second period. All right. Love you. Bye. There you go. Forwarded to voicemail. I bet he's putting the kids to bed. I bet that's what's going on. I know. Also, weirdly enough, Steve used to have a voicemail. Like, it was like, hey, this is Steve Glynn or Steve Dangle. Call, or you could just text me. That was it for like 10 years. And then he now doesn't even have one. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a break, and we're going to talk about, what are we doing? Hayden, what are we talking about? What are we leading with here? Oh, Matthews is in Germany, yeah. And so we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to feel a little bit anxious about it, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to do the second period together, okay? Let's do it. Gripper Nation. See you in a few minutes. So getting into the show, I just want to quickly mention that Austin Matthews is in Germany this morning.
Yeah.
So there is...
We're going to turn
the said yesterday that the condition hadn't gotten better, but it hadn't gotten worse. And Matthews has worked with this doctor. McDavid's worked with this doctor. So I'm assuming, according to CJ, that it's not like a crazy deal, but he's been accompanied by a team doctor, because remember, the team gets the ultimate choice over your health. Mm-hmm. But what's the team really going to say? No, Austin, we don't want you to do that.
What is the injury?
I don't know. Still don't really know.
So remember last year when John Klingberg flew all the way to Sweden and it essentially ruined his career?
Well,
I'm guessing it's not that one.
This going over to Europe to talk to doctors is actually fairly more common than we know in pro sports. Like Christian McCaffrey is the most famous one that just happened. He had a weird knee injury over training camp, and then he didn't start the season. And during the time where he was trying to recover, he went over to, I think it was Germany as well, to go see a specialist there. And it happens fairly often in baseball. There's a doctor in America who's a Tommy John specialist, but for some of the more obscure baseball injuries, they go over to Europe as well. Like, it's a thing because there are doctors around the world, and these people are $1 million investments, hundreds of millions of dollars. These athletes, their bodies are worth. You can fly around the world to go visit the best doctor, the best specialist who's trained in these areas. So we shouldn't freak out because he went to go see a specific doctor.
No.
But I mean, it does raise my eyebrows that he's on another continent.
Well, Steve, what's the difference between that and Yarncrook going to New York? Like the idea that
hours and hours.
That doesn't matter, kilometers. Steve, the idea that all the best doctors are somehow available in North America is such a fallacy.
You don't think they are?
I said everything I said.
Sing the anthem right now. Both of them.
I said everything I said.
Unpatriotic piece.
And then you said,
he might have to spend a few more hours on the plane.
So what about everything?
My concern, as always, is commuting.
Steve, what about everything I just said?
Nah. Jesse, listen, it's 2024. I don't need to listen to the evidence you put in front of me.
Yes. And I want to say
it doesn't need to change my opinion.
Steve, Jesse, as a man who's been to therapy before, you know that speaking sense to anxiety is impossible. You can't pull somebody out of an anxious spiral by giving them reasons. Mm-hmm. That's not how anxiety works. And Steve,
I still need to sue the makers of Inside Out.
Steve this morning is feeling anxious about Austin being in Germany. And what's interesting about that, okay, because even if you are feeling that, because I think there are some people that are like, I think it's interesting because the Leafs have been really great without him.
Yeah.
So why not go get the best specialized treatment? Why not? Hey, man, if he's not back, let's say they play this well and he's not back till January. Do we care?
Okay, let's not go throwing that out there, first of all.
And he's back fully healthy?
My reaction to this is completely different from my reaction to David Kampf, Which is, yeah, they're not playing any games right now. It's okay. Just rest him, call up Minton, see how he does. Woo!
I mean, Kampf is a bit less of a player on the team.
Bullshit.
So, yeah. Like he's not.
He could catch Austin.
They call him old 60-goal Kampf for a reason.
Matthews scored more than Kampf's number last year.
What did Christian McCaffrey get, Jesse, when he went to Germany? It was like some sort of
a plane ticket.
Like, what did he when he went over there? There was some sort of special treatment that was like not available here, right?
I don't know the specific
like
treatment he
got.
Stem
cell or something.
I don't think he got stem cell.
No, he didn't get the Christopher Reeve South Park treatment.
No.
Okay.
I don't think he got
Jesus.
that.
No, what's that blood thing where you spin the blood really fast? and you put it back in?
Transfusion?
Oh no,
What? No, there's this treatment where they take your blood.
Yes, I know.
They
what you're
spin it in like a super spinner thing, and then they put it back in you.
Platelet-rich plasma.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that. It helps heal injuries, they say.
No, I know people who have gotten it.
You can get that done here.
Oh yeah. Maybe that should have answered my question.
You know,
I know people who have gotten it.
I think the thing is that the Leafs are going to have to deal with the fact that players get injured, and it is, as it has been the last few games, going to have to be Austin out, other guys step up. And they've done a good job of that.
Did you see the report today that supposedly Craig Berube has spoken to one Mitchell Marner about playing center?
I didn't see that.
Yes, very, very interesting. And you know what?
What do you think, guys? Who's a better center? Nylander
Thank you
or
for
Marner?
listening to the show, Mr. Craig. I just appreciate it. He's catching up. He listened to our shows from, I think it was September. Mm-hmm. And he's finally all caught up.
Here are the lines, according to David Alter, from today, this morning.
Got it?
McMahon, Tavares, Marner.
Mm-hmm.
Nyes, Domi, Nylander.
Mm-hmm.
Robertson, Minton, Holmberg.
Nyes, Domi, Nylander?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so Domi in the middle. Okay, sorry.
Robertson, Minton, Holmberg.
Robertson on the left for, I believe, the first time this season.
Dewar, Lorentz at center, Steves at right wing.
Lorentz at center is not something he has done. So you have two guys on Wednesday who are going to play center for the Leafs for the first time.
Mm-hmm. And Minton's done a great job.
Well, sorry, first time this season.
Minton did a great job in the AHL when he was there for 4 or 5 games. So
yes,
they're excited about that. But this Vegas game feels like the perfect time to try stuff. This is the try stuff part of the year where you go, hey, let's try stuff. So in the playoffs, if something happens to, I don't know, our best player and he can't play until game 7, we have other stuff that we've tried.
Kyle Cushman, by the way, who's just so good at basically everything, but
Never
especially Leaf prospects.
Don't know him.
Fraser Minton has won his 5-on-5 minutes 6-2 and has a Marlies high 4.25 shots per game. He's been really good coming back from injury, a deserving recall. Hey, good news.
Okay.
We love that. We love that. It's lovely. Hooray. And I like that they have like a kid line.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
It's fun.
I think whatever. Like at the end of the day, it's one game against Vegas in November. Not that Vegas isn't a good opponent, but wouldn't you say good opponents are a great thing to test out against?
I hope you remember what you're saying right now if they end up stinking the bed.
Well, this is the thing. Like, you're going to learn on Wednesday, good or bad. And I think if it is a loss, it might be one of those losses where you go, all right, well, we learned. To me,
and if things go really well, like if it's just a game against Vegas in November, if things go really well or if things go really bad, you have to temper your hype around it.
I mean, it's a game of moments, and it'll depend on individual performances. To me, if the Minton line stinks, what am I going to be? Oh, you guys cost him the game, you useless pieces of crap. Well, if, Marner, Tavares, Nyes cost them the game with a stupid play, I'm going to be a little harsher because what the hell? You guys are supposed to be leading the way. There's also the possibility they might win. So I'm going to hold out hope that that's what happens. I'm excited to see Minton. I didn't really have any inkling that Kampf was hurt. So
no, it didn't seem like it at all.
No, and IR. So Jesse, maybe you know more about this than I do. Mm-hmm. IR is based on like the amount of time you have to spend on IR is based on days or games played or both.
Regular IR is 7 days. Just that's it. Doesn't matter how many games.
So I'm pretty sure this means Kampf is going to miss. If it's retroactive to the 16th, he might only miss one game.
Yeah, because the 16th, whatever a week is, because they play Sunday, not Saturday, against Utah.
Right.
So I assume, what's the 16th?
He's going to miss a maximum of 2 games.
Yeah, there you go. So it'll be, if he's good by the Monday, he'll be back. So yeah.
Okay, well, there you go. They're in a great position, and I keep looking at it from this point.
Oh no, the 16th was last Saturday, so he could play. So he could play Sunday.
So he's missing one game.
Yeah, he's missing Wednesday, and then he's eligible to come back on the 24th.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
So we're trying to look at this glass half full. Producer Drew naturally was like, I hope you remember all this time off when they're playing 1,000 back-to-backs in the dog days in March.
Yeah.
And it's like, thanks, Drew.
Are they?
Great to speak to you. No, they're just playing 1,000 back-to-backs for the rest of the season, basically.
Right.
After these 2 weeks.
Okay. Well,
Not March, sorry. December is packed.
Perfect time for you to sign a bunch of books, right? I think.
I agree.
So
listen, we're doing a shitload of signings. I think I still have 9 more. And then after the signing in Burlington on the 15th, shutting it down until the spring.
The Leafs lead the league in back-to-backs this season.
Cool.
Do you know how many they have?
16.
They have 16. They are tied with Carolina, who also has 16. No other team even has 15. Oh, Montreal has 15, and then a whole host of them have 14.
with Eastern teams getting all the back-to-backs?
We're closer.
Yeah. Winnipeg is the least amount of back-to-backs. They have 8.
Yeah, but they're also like in the middle of the NHL map. They're in the middle of nowhere. Unless they play Minnesota 10 times, they're in the middle of nowhere.
I just think it's worth noting that a team has double the amount of back-to-back.
I think it's worth noting that Leafs management has complained about this and not been able to get anywhere. And you wonder, listen, if there's anything that you want Shandy to be able to do, it's have some pull with league head office. He worked there, right?
Yeah.
I remember one year they had 18 back-to-backs, and they lost most of them. It was like a Babcock year, and he kept starting
Was that
an unstartable Garrett Sparks in the back half of them.
Yeah, like
so yeah, it was just it was rough. So with that, I think we leave the Leafs for now because there's nowhere to go here. It's Matthews is clearly not going to be back until at least next Sunday, probably not even then.
Most likely after the Utah game.
Yeah, you got a Vegas test on Wednesday. We can talk a little bit more about. We are back, baby. Okay, so there's the face-off. I just clapped. Let's go. Hi, everybody. Period starting. Ready to go. And let me ask you something. Do you know anybody that has not subscribed to the SDPN YouTube channel? Guys, I'd like to try tonight to hit over 130,000 subscribers to the SDPN YouTube channel, which is a dramatic rise for us. We are currently at 129. We got 40 to go. 40 subs, guys. Can we do it? Can we do it? I'd like to know. Also, thank you to everybody who is donating to my Movember page. Goal is $3,000 now because we blew the last goal out of the water. Do you think we can do it? I think we're like God tier levels already. 2561 is what we're at. That's pretty good. That's pretty darn good. Adam, who's in net for Toronto? Joseph Wall, baby. 19:31 left in the second period. So here's the deal. The Leafs have dressed a lot of rookies tonight, and this is a good team that they're playing, and it's at home. Oh, the Squeezable Lemon dropping 20 subs. Thank you, Squeezable Lemon. So the fact that the Leafs have a 1-0 goal here, that's spectacular. The fact that it's Fraser Minton and it was a great setup, even better. William Nylander, of course, with the amazing setup because he's William Nylander. He's an absolute stud. He's a star. He's worth it. And by the way, with the cap exploding, that $11.5 million that they're paying with Willie, that's going to look like a real good deal when the cap's at $110 million in a couple years. Just saying. Like a real good deal. Real good. Thank you, Squeezable Lemon. And by the way, hey, if any of you guys are if you guys are brand new to VIP, check out the episodes. You're going to love the episodes. You can listen to every single one of them. You can also subscribe on Apple and Spotify if you prefer that. And let me say this. Consider making it a monthly membership. It's only $4.99. $6.99 for the ad-free tier. You can watch and listen to everything we do without ads. How about that? Pretty sweet. Simone Benoit's back in the lineup tonight. Yanni Hakanpää is getting a little bit of a rest night, and you can kind of understand why. The guy was out for a long, long time. Last year going into this year, they got him back. They weren't sure he's going to be able to play again, and he's played well, but you don't want to just overactivate somebody like that. How about you just play him for a couple games and rest him? Load management when the knee's on its last legs, so to speak. So Benoit's back in, and I think Benoit kind of needed a bit of a reset too. He was really good last year. For what he brings, he was really good. He just, this year, has looked a little bit off, and I think it's probably difficult because he had a great defense partner last year in Jake McCabe, and he's getting used to a new guy, Connor Timmins. It happens. Just saying. Here we go. Mitch Marner, and with Mitch Marner making 13-16, why do you think he's going to make 13-16? I can see Mitch Marner getting $13 million. I can't see anybody on this team making more than Matthews does, though. I don't think there's any justification for that. So if Mitch makes that, I'm not. Listen, Mitch Marner plays like he's been playing. Fine. You got to drive your own line, though. I think the Leafs are at the point now where they got to spread these guys out a little bit. Hey, Robert's here. Hi, Robert. Robert is at the game. It's Pride night. Happy Pride. Look, I even got some of our Pride mugs out. Absolutely worth it. By the way, Steve, I believe, is calling me. Oh, there he is. Hey, you called me back. I thought I got forwarded right to voicemail. Steve, they were asking in the first period, what is the Italian version of gravy?
So I actually have a very surprisingly in-depth answer for this.
Okay.
Because I had to pull my cousins on this because I got your question. And I also did a little bit of internet research. So gravy is largely an Italian-American term.
Okay.
Growing up, I never heard it, never, not once.
Right.
Yeah, my family's from Puglia. And my cousins are Calabrese.
Okay.
Because it's from my dad's side, but she married an Italian woman. Never heard of it. They had never heard of gravy or nothing. So here's what I found on the internet for gravy.
Okay.
The dish goes by other names like Sunday gravy or sugo, and is a rich marinara-like sauce.
Right.
That has been cooked with meat, usually beef, pork, or lamb, for several hours on the stovetop, creating both a pasta sauce with lots of depth and braised pieces of meat in tow. So my Nona used to make this all the time, and it was unreal. It would make fall off the bone meat and everything. But sugo is the term I had never heard before.
I thought it was just a name for sauce. Like I always hear people like, oh, it's sugo season. They're pulling the tomatoes off their thing and they're doing the all day boils outside and in their yards and stuff.
So this is how clueless I was to sugo. Nylander always wears the sugo hat because he goes to a restaurant called Sugo, and seeing that, the word never registered with me. I always thought it's another language for sugar.
Right.
Or something. But
I thought it was sauce or something. I don't know.
Well, it must be an Italian place.
Right.
So sugo, the difference between sugo and marinara, sugo is a smoother, thicker version of marinara that uses similar ingredients.
I like it.
Italian food is a lot like Mexican food, where it's 30 or 40. It's 4 or 5 dishes disguised as 30 or 40.
Oh, okay. I like that. Same key ingredients, just done slightly differently.
Yeah. Oh no, you can't call it that because it's got pork in it. okay, well, how about it's just that with pork in it? You don't need to give it an entirely new name.
Right. Okay. Now, here's a question for you. Doug wants to know where my 2000 All-Star program is.
So, Doug, welcome to you're getting a crash course in me.
True.
I keep telling my wife, and she hates this joke, but one day I'm going to get Alzheimer's and no one's going to notice because I have no short-term memory.
Yeah.
And nothing but long-term.
Right.
Nothing. I remember my sister being born. I remember my first day of kindergarten. But to give you something I was given 2 weeks ago, forget it.
You would have lost it forever.
About on today's show, I don't know.
Well,
hockey, I guess.
Well, listen, Doug is anxiously awaiting for you to give me that program at some point. You must.
Let me see. It's in this box over here.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, don't worry, Doug.
All right, Doug. All right, Steve Dangle, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Oh.
Hey.
Ciao.
Ciao, bello. All right. Steve Dangle, everybody. 13:50 left in the second period. The Leafs have not got a shot. But you know what? If you remember, about 6-7 minutes into the first period, they hadn't got a shot either. And look at that, they scored. I'm being lenient with the Leafs tonight. And this lasts exactly one game because they got a lot of first time playing or second or third time playing guys tonight. Dewar, Steeves, Grabenkin, Minton, all of those guys have played 3 games or less. 2 of them have not played a single game in the NHL. They've all just played a period so far. Grabenkin's looked confident. He doesn't look perfect, but he looks pretty confident for a guy that has never played in the NHL before tonight. Minton looks good. He looked really tentative last year when Keefe was playing him on the third line. Have really liked what he did. Obviously, scoring the goal was pretty cool. And Grabenkin there on that Pietrangelo, when we were talking to Steve, man, Craig Berube loves that stuff. Like, lives and dies by that stuff. So, anyway, I'm excited. We're looking for the little things tonight. And if we can beat Vegas, that's a big thing. That's what we want. Has Adam seen the Buffalo Sabres gravy boat? I have. We were going to do it. We were going to do it on the show today, but we just didn't get to it because we were really busy. It was a busy show. Yanni says Steve sounded suspiciously like he's had some edibles. That's just Steve. No edibles tonight, I don't think. Week's too busy for that. Why does Grabenkin look so much better than Robbie? That's from Fluffy Muffins. Well, I will say Fluffy Muffins that it depends on what kind of player you're needing each of them to be, because I think Grabenkin's a much different player than Nick Robertson. So is Grabenkin much better at what he's doing than Robertson is at what he's doing? Yeah, probably. But you know what I would also say? Has Robertson had a lot of great offensive chances? He has like 15 shots in 9 games. No. And we know that Robertson's not the kind of guy that's going to be able to drive his own line. He's an accessory piece that can finish, and he's got a crazy shot. Guy's capable of 20 goals, 25 even. He needs a centerman. He needs a full-time centerman who can dish and he can build chemistry with. Dennis Vishalis gifted 1 SDPN membership. Thank you, Dennis. Adam, have you got a quick history corner for us, perhaps? Well, maybe if you guys are good, I'll do one in the second intermission. Get your questions in. Justin Fisher will pick one. Oh, celebrating Pride. The Leafs tweeted, and apparently Robert is part of the tweet. Look at Robert. Oh, man, that's so cool. Congratulations, Bobbert. I'm going to congratulations, Bobbert. I spelled congratulations wrong, so I can't tweet that. Congratulations. That is so great. That is like, oh, that's so nice. And I know he puts a lot of effort into that jersey. And you know, maybe one day they'll bring the rainbows back to the jerseys. Hayden says it took him 2 days to do it. He does a great job with that every year. He does it every year. I'm going to just tweet at RS Malloy. Guys, shaping up to be a pretty nice little evening. It's nice to be hanging out here with you. Like, I'm literally having the best time. So much fun. J-Rock, when Berube was hired, I said Nyes would flourish. J-Rock, you were correct. Nyes is flourishing. I can understand now with the cap going up as much as it's going to go up, why he doesn't want to sign a long-term deal. He wants a bridge deal, and I get it. He just looks awesome. Great player. I want to say something about the Leafs here. I don't know if you just saw that. Ooh. Carlson just got robbed by Joseph Wall. Like, that was nuts. That was crazy. McNabb with the shot. Lorentz with the block. Taking a page out of Chris Tanev's book. Chris Tanev, by the way, is on pace to block the most shots in NHL history. He currently blocks 3.5 per game, which is nuts. And look at this. Some really good pressure by Vegas, and we get a whistle. The Leafs are doing a good job of when Vegas is coming into their zone, and Vegas is pouring on the pressure here. Make no mistake. Like I said, the Leafs have not got a shot this period. They're doing a really good job of staying with their man and playing stout defensive hockey. Now, listen, is it perfect? No, but we're not looking for perfect today. We're looking for effort and a little bit of execution. Effort. I just want to know that you tried like mad. And you know what? They are. You cannot be upset with this effort. Who would be available realistically for a trade option pickup in the 3C spot? I'm going to drop an article into the chat here. I believe CJ wrote it, if I'm not mistaken. It was published today. And we got a big fight here coming up. Oh, a big fight. Simon Benoit just grabbed Zach Whitecloud. Nyes is on the ground. Okay, so Nyes, apparently, according to Hayden, Nyes got hit pretty hard. And Benoit grabbed Whitecloud, and the refs sort of broke it up because I guess Whitecloud was already on the ground. So not really a fight. I do like, hey, listen, man. A couple years ago, we forget quickly. A couple years ago, the Leafs would have been like, oh, well, that's too bad. What happened here? Oh, that's a big hit. That was a bit of a lunge up. Oh, that's a head contact hit. Well, he's not going to get Hayden's like 5 games like Reeves. I don't think he's going to get 5 games. But I would say that the head was the first point of contact there. And the concussion spotters are going to pull him out for that. Jesus. I think the refs are going to look at this and talk about this. There's a reason that they're talking about this. That feels like a headshot to me. But again, I don't know how they ref these right now. To me, it should be a headshot. Yeah, so they just said on the broadcast, intent wasn't to catch him on the head, but he did though. Reeves' intention was not to catch Nurse on the head, but he caught him on the head. And it's notable that both feet also leave the ice. So, wow. Are we really serious? It's under review. So they're going to call a major penalty. And remember, with major penalties, they call a 5-minute major. And I'm not talking about the fighting major that he's probably already gotten. I'm talking about the major that, you call him a 5-minute penalty for a headshot. If you think that it's not a headshot, then obviously at that point, you can call the penalty back. You cannot do this for 2-minute minors. You can do it for 5 minutes. And I believe you can do it for 4 minutes as well. So they call the major, and then they check it out. And then it's interesting because if he gets the 5 minutes, he's probably booted from the game. And then you have to look at discipline. And this brings up a big can of worms for Leaf fans who I think some of these suspensions hit a little harder in Toronto. I'm not going to lie. Oh, yeah, they just showed it on the Jumbotron in there. Fans are not happy. I would say It will be interesting to see how the NHL handles this. Because what they'll do too is they're like, oh, you got kicked out of the game. We count that as a 1-game suspension. I don't know why they do that, but that's sometimes what they use. Well, we'll see what the refs say here. There's no doubting that the principal point of contact is the head. It's not meant to be, but his head is the first thing that hits the body. So, like, I don't know what else there is to say. No major penalty. I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know. I mean, I'm sorry, guys. That's a headshot, guys. That's a swinging arm right into his head. Watch his arm. Okay, well, principal point of contact's the head, guys. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Listen, man, I could sit here and argue this all night with you, but first off, it's boring as hell to talk about. Second, you're gonna get people polarized in the chat. I don't know, man. Like, it's crap. It's crap that's not a penalty. It's crap. And the Leaf fans are yelling, "Ref, you suck!" And believe it or not, Vegas is going on a power play because Simon Benoit got an instigator. That is insane. That's insane. I listen. I'm trying not to be like down in the dumps guy. The Leafs have played a really good game to this point, given the fact that they're kind of under fire and kind of understaffed. But like, dude, the Vegas Golden Knights are actually right now the least penalized team in the NHL. Leafs are the 8th most penalized team in the NHL right now. I'm listen, at very least, I understand if you're mad. I'm confused. What is a headshot then? What it's like what Steve always goes back to. Like, okay, if that's not a headshot, what is? Show me what is. And show me one that's on the line of almost a headshot but not quite. Cuz that's got to he also did leave his feet. I don't know, man. I don't know. The Leafs are on the penalty kill. Sedin Magic. And of course, George Peros will issue a statement tomorrow explaining that it's not a major. Yeah, well, I don't think that they'll do that. Cassie, I'm going to come to your question later. I got to keep it to the game, but I love you. You know that. Just because Cassie's got a little baseball for us, and so we'll do that. Oh, there's going to be some fights here. McCabe's going to lose his mind. This is a game where you do wish you had Ryan Reeves. It would be nice because I don't think these guys are doing this stuff so much. Like, I have to be honest with you, the Leafs have not got pushed around much this year, and I don't know if it's because it's Ryan Reeves is there, but I have to say, like, I'm still flummoxed here. I don't even know what to say. That's crazy. I can't wait to actually see what Steve says on the LFR here because I look at his head. Watch it snap. Boom. Oh my God. Hayden says, if you go back and you watch the replay, go to Tic Tac Tomar's Twitter account or his Blue Sky account now and watch the replay of that. But don't watch the point of contact. Watch the skates. White Cloud leaves the skates, both of them. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to turn this into a complete like whine fest, but it's hard not to be a little bit frustrated. And I know I could see apparently some guys are tweeting that, oh, it's a clean hit. It's a clean hit. Okay. Okay. If you say so, I still don't understand it. And I'll just be straight up about it. And I have covered this game. I've been paid to cover this game for a decade and a half. Literally. I don't know. I don't get it. And that's the problem. I should know that. We should know that. Yeah. That's crazy. I don't know. You know what's interesting too? If you're mad and you're like, let's say you're Brendan Shanahan, you're super mad about that hit. You can't call the NHL tonight. They have what's called a 24-hour cooling off period before you can make a complaint call. So if you want to complain about something that happened tonight, you can't call until Friday. Because this happened tonight, you have to wait a full 24 hours. So like 9 o'clock tomorrow night, well, the league offices are closed. So you're basically waiting until Friday to make the phone call and yell at somebody if you wanted to. And by the way, I do want to throw this out there. We're 10 minutes into this period and the Leafs have not registered a shot. That's got to change. I know they just took a penalty. I know that was a rough hit. I know that they're understaffed. You got to have some shots here, guys. Cool to see Minton out there on the penalty kill. And a nice little shot too. Bit of a weapon here. Listen, he got his first shot of the period. I just asked for it. Fraser Minton receives. I'm looking at producer Drew has. I will put the tweet in the chat if you guys want to have another look at this. So I just put it in the chat. Producer Drew. Hey, Dennis, thank you for gifting a membership. Appreciate it, buddy. Producer Drew just has an interesting angle on the hit. If you want to go back and look at it, it's crazy. Steven Schiller, you can't leave your feet and you can't target the head. White Cloud did both, so the negatives cancel out, obviously. Yeah, man. True. It's like macaroni and cheese and a panzerotto. When you mix them together, 0% fat. It's really good for you. The bad stuff cancels out. High five pop. Petition for the boy to keep the stash sign underneath. Do you like the mustache? I'm not sure how I feel about the mustache. I don't know if I look good with it. I've also heard that you have to grow for like a few months before you really know. Okay. Bruce Nix writes this. So what's the standard? Contact with the chin, leaves the feet equals no penalty. Should have been 5 in a game, plus a misconduct and a hearing, whether that comes as TBD. Yeah, I don't think he's getting a hearing. Like he'll get like if the league decides to do something about this. And the fact that no penalty was called on the ice leads me to believe that they won't. If they did, it's going to be less than 5. And I don't think you're offered an in-person hearing unless it's over 5. It's like 5 or over or something like that. So it would just be like a quick phone call. Explain your side. Okay, we're going to make a judgment on this. Okay, so BNZ said there's no head target. It was a body check, and his elbow smacked the side of his head. You're coming up with your own biased reasoning, just an echo chamber in here. Well, first off, BNZ, I'm a Leaf fan. Effing duh. Second, it doesn't matter what his target is. It matters what he hit. I can shoot for $1 million, but if I don't hit it, I don't have $1 million. I missed. He missed his target. His target was his chest. He hit his head. The Leafs are already talking to White Cloud too. The Leafs are going to deal with this themselves. So as Hayden says, this is for you, BNZ. If you're going for a guy and you accidentally trip him, guess what? It's still a tripping penalty. So, yeah. Alex says, an excellent mustache, sir. Bravo. Well, thank you. I am raising money for Movember. I'm trying to raise 3,000 because we absolutely blew by the $2,500 that we raised, which was pretty cool. And I thank you all for donating to it. Honestly, it's really sick that you guys would do that. I would love a couple of things tonight. I would love to hit that $3,000 mark, and I would love to hit 130,000 subscribers, and I'd love for Tavares to score. That was close, baby. The Leafs better get fired up for this. You better get mad. Get mad. Oh, there's Ekman Larsson. Oh, baby. Ekman Larsson just pushes Brett Howden into the boards. Yeah, this is going to be an ugly game. See, this is where the refs could have taken it and given him even 2 minutes. But because there's, look at Tavares on the ice. Who's he got? And McCabe's looking on like, I want that. That could be me. That should be me, King. So that's Alexander Holtz, who was on the ice with John Tavares. Let me say this, man. Listen, if you're the ref and you make a call there, even if it's 2 minutes, this is dead. It's a dead issue. But now you've left it in the hands of the Leafs to do it. And Oliver Ekman-Larsson's going to get a penalty here. Watch what he does to Howden. Hits him there, or there's like a little pop there. And by the way, Tavares with a great play in the offensive zone. Oliver Ekman-Larsson is not to be messed with these days. He's a mean player. Look at this. Look at that. Boom, boom. Actually, that looked clean to me. Maybe it's all the, grabbing afterwards, but that looked like a pretty clean set of hits. There's going to be, guys, like, this is the way this goes. There's going to be something that happens in this game, and it's because the refs didn't do their job. They knew that they're not new to the NHL. These guys know what they're doing. And they know that a game like this is going to get out of control. See, this kind of sucks for the Leafs because if you're Vegas, you take that trade. 95 and 91 for the Leafs are Ekman-Larsson and Tavares. 26 and 21 for the Vegas Golden Knights are Alexander Holtz and Brett Howden. 2 third-line wingers. One of your best defensemen and your top center is off. And you've got two total defensemen, Benoit and Oliver Ekman-Larsson, off. If you're Vegas, you take it. And that sucks. But, the Leafs have to step up and protect themselves a little bit here too. Dennis asks, what does JT's next contract look like? My bet is that it is 3 to 5 years at about $6 million. 6.5. Something Claude Giroux-esque. OEL and Tavares I love seeing that kind of emotion from them, by the way. I just love that stuff. That's Toronto Maple Leaf hockey that I grew up with. They were fantastic players, tons of finesse, but they were mean. So if you mess with them, you mess with the whole team. And I like that this team does this now. It really has been a total transition since Treliving came in and took over. I love it. By the way, sorry, my nose is very itchy because I have allergies. 9:13 left in the second period from my stream. If you want to align. Has Nyes got back on the bench? Has anybody seen that? Hayden, have you seen that? No Nyes back on the bench yet. Okay. The stash is also tickling my nose, which does not help. Oh, nice little block shot by the Toronto Maple Leafs there. Again, not Chris Tanev, but taking a page out of his book. This is where you need the Berube forecheck thing, and the simplified game really helps. When you've got a lot of skill out of the lineup, but your game is dump and chase, north-south hockey, hard on the puck forechecks, anybody at any level can execute that. Like if you played single A hockey, which is about as high as I got, you know how to play that kind of hockey. You've been taught. The plays are not that different. The skill level is different. The plays are pretty simple. And I think the Leafs, all they have to do to continue to hang on to this game, and, let's get a couple more goals here, is just play that game. Play that style. Simple. And you have to play defensively strong too. Oh boy. Chris Tanev just got crushed. Oh, this is a chippy game, guys. Okay. I'm telling you, this good game. Nice little rivalry here. I like this. And I like that Tanev didn't get up and slash anybody, just got back up, started playing hockey. Apparently, Nyes will not be returning tonight. Oh, my God. Well, maybe it's time to sign Alex Nylander to a pro contract, guys. I don't know what they're going to do. If Nyes is not good to go for Saturday, they have time to figure it out. But if he's not good to go, man, like, dude, he's got He's missing the rest of the game, and you want to tell me that wasn't a headshot. I'm sorry, man. He didn't get that when he fell on the ice. He got it from the collision. Sorry, I can't keep going back there. That's so annoying. It's driving me crazy. Oh, man, if I was... It's too bad Matthews is out as captain, but that's where, as a captain, you go and you yell. And by the way, that Nicholas Roy hit on Tanev should have probably been boarding. Oh, well. Did I know Dom Ducharme was on the Golden Knights coaching staff? I did. He looks good. He looks significantly less stressed than he was in Montreal. Listen, the guy's a great coach. He's just not a head coach, I don't think. Not yet. Oh, there's Whitecloud out there. We'll see what happens. And there is McCabe. Guys, we might be on the verge of something here. This might get l'espicier. L'espicier. Let's see what happens here. Whitecloud at the point. It's too bad McCabe's not a forward. He can't cover Whitecloud at the point. But you know they're not happy with each other. You know what? Vegas is a hard-nosed, hard-hitting team. It's nice to see that the Leafs are too. Timmins is going to get a penalty for that. That was so stupid. Why did you do that? Oh, my God. Connor Timmins has had a great year. He really has. But when you grab a guy from behind like that and spin, like, what are you doing, dude? Like, what is this? What are you doing? You're not helping. You're not helping. That doesn't help. Listen, sometimes your emotions get the best of you. I get it. But, like, this is the NHL, and this is you've had 2 shots this period, 3 shots this period. Vegas just got the Leafs. Have the Leafs even had a power play this game? I don't think so. This must be Vegas's 4th power play this game. Oh, 2. 2? But they had other people in the box. They were offsetting. You know what I mean? You can't have your 5 and 6 pair defensemen taking penalties every game like that. Benoit's penalty, I forgive. Connor Timmins, dude. Listen, punch someone in the face or give him a glove after the whistle or something, dude. You can't be doing that shit. Hayden is confirming it's the 3rd Vegas power play, and hey, yeah, the Leafs have not had one. Kind of knew that. Habs Wings fan. I'm not a Leafs fan. No way. But I am in disbelief that was not... Oh, here we go to get turnover. Lorentz with a nice shot. Man, I love this guy. Lorentz is all effort all the time. He is all hustle, this guy. From Toronto, wants to be here, dying to be a Leaf, wins a cup in Florida and goes, screw it, I'm out. See you later. I'm going to go kill penalties for the Leafs. God bless him. Okay. Habs Wings fan wants to say, I am in disbelief that was not a clear 5-minute penalty, and the audacity of the bozo earlier calling this an echo chamber or anyone with half a brain defending it. That hit is unreal. Well, there's a few in the Leafs media with half a brain defending it right now too. And you know what, man? Fine. I just disagree with you, right? I agree with you, Habs Wings fan, but I disagree with that. This is going to happen for the next 4 games too. Well, this lineup is, yeah. Listen, the Leafs have got to stop taking so many penalties. They take a lot, and I have to be honest, I don't even really blame the refs on most of them. Like, a lot of them is, stick was in the gloves, tripping, this and that. And listen, they're doing a great job killing penalties. They're giving their penalty kill staff a ton of practice. I would just prefer I would prefer less practice. Practice it in practice, not during the game. You're going to get a couple penalties called against you every game. You don't need 4 or 5. Oh. Good kill by the Leafs there. I'm a Leafs fan, and we should trade Nyes and a first for Morgan Frost. We need centers. Shea Money is a Flyers fan. I'm in another chat. A lot of people saying it was a clean hit. Hard to tell if they believe it or they're just razzing Leafs fan. Listen, to me, it's not. But I guess we'll find out what the NHL thinks tomorrow. If it's suspendable, if it's finable, we'll find out. If they do nothing, then they've just told us that's a perfectly clean hit. And if that's a clean hit, then we have the benchmark. Then we know. I'm happy with that. I just need to know. I need to know what the benchmark is. A little time check. 4:19 left in the second period if we're aligning streams. And by the way, if you're watching and you haven't liked the video, send me a little like. Helps me get out in front of more people. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Because tonight, we're aiming to maybe potentially hit 130,000 subscribers. We'll see what happens. Ryan Milley says, guaranteed it's a 5K fine. Hey, man, then that would say that would tell you that it's a dirty hit. We'll see if they do that. I don't think they will. I think because no penalty was called, the league's going to look at that and go, we agree with the refs. Because every time you fine a player, when a penalty was not called, it makes the refs look bad. And the league doesn't want to do that. There we go. We had somebody in the chat saying it. Quaddy, the league will be reluctant to say, yeah, the ref got it wrong. I agree. They absolutely will not want to say that. So, yeah. I'm a Flyers fan, and they need to waive Travis Konechny. Not enough effort from that guy, and he's small. Ew. Silent Rob, I agree. They need to waive him right over to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Doug Lee fan, does Reeves appeal if it's not 5 games? I think if it was 6, maybe he would have appealed, but 5 games was fair. I'll give him that. Now, Cassie asked a baseball take. I'm going to have to save that one for the intermission, Cassie, because this game just got a little spicy. Yeah. Yeah. James is asking me to check the previous super chat when I have the chance. I'm looking, James. James. Hey, Cassie says this. I feel like you don't have a mustache face. You might have a goatee face, but maybe that's because my brain is thinking about baseball. Also, this game is about to boil over. Yeah, I agree. I'm going to look for his James. If I missed your super chats, please remind me because I'm sorry. Never want to do that. Hayden, can you find James's last super chat and text it to me, my friend? Hayden's going to look right now. Sometimes they come up, and then on my screen, they disappear. Doug Lee fan, I meant if his hit is not 5 games. Yeah. And Vegas Golden Betman, my Knights do nothing wrong. I like the character you're playing. I like it very much. Not loving how that went. Okay, now it's time for the Leafs to focus and score another goal. The best revenge is success. It's like when someone breaks your heart, you go out there and you make yourself more successful. Adam's got World War I British officer vibes going on right now. You're welcome. Lawrence with another block. That stung like mad. Robert Bett. Back to your question about power forwards. I've seen Mark Messier, and I hate to admit, Wayne Cashman with the Bruins. So Robert was saying how great Matthew Nyes looked. Those are some pretty good power forwards you just named there, Rob. If your feet leave the ice, it's not a clean hit. Yeah, I agree. But the NHL didn't. Oh, so James tweeted, thanks, Gripper Nation, for enabling my gluttony. Did a little panzo surgery, calling this delicious monstrosity the macaroni. This will be a fork and knife event. I love it. I'm going to retweet that right now. Oh my God, it looks incredible. Okay. Justin, can you drop that tweet in the chat? This is a good one, guys. That looks delicious, James. That looks delish. How about Joe Wall? Man, he's been good. He's been sharp, man. He, you could tell he needed a few games to get it back together, but he's sharp. Watch the Berube fight. I know. I saw that on TV. Man, you guys forget I'm old enough to watch. I watched Craig Berube fight. Like when I was a kid. He was on the Flyers. He was nasty, man. He was on that Eric Lindros, John LeClaire monster team. They were good. Maybe Craig will get on the ice and drop him with somebody tonight. Oh, good save. Man, Wall. Leafs just not, they're looking outmatched a little bit, and I think there is a pretty big talent mismatch tonight. It's tough when you're starting this many rookies, but you got to figure it out. Minton with the goal tonight for the Leafs, and it was a great setup from Willie and a great shot from Minton. He's had a couple of shots, and they've both been pretty dangerous, actually, so I'm good for him. Jesus, Adam, I guess you are old. Well, I'm 36. Is that old? Doesn't feel old. Hayden, our producer tonight, is saying he was 7 when Berube retired. I don't feel old. I don't feel like you being 7 makes me feel old too. James Stemler says, delicious, done about half, and I'm tapping out though for today. I'll have to hammer the rest out tomorrow. Yeah, James, that's a monster one. Yeah, Jacob, old. Is 36 old? Man, a lot of you are going to be old real soon then. Real soon. You're not far off. If you're in your 20s right now, your 30s are they're just breathing down your neck right now. I'm waiting for you. Hayden just said you're closer to 40 than you are to 30. Yeah, that is true. That is true. I'm telling you guys. If you're telling me that 36 is old, then you're going to be old for like 70, 80% of your life. Maybe 60%. It's a long time to be old. I'm not old. I'm definitely not in my 20s anymore, and I'm grateful for that. 20s were good, but 30s they're better. Mason, anything past 35 isn't young. Well, that's fine. I will be guy in his 30s who is a dad. I don't know what the obsession with being young is either. Is it that great? It's fun. I don't know. I like my life. Lem just said, I just turned 37 and also named Adam, and my son's name is Hayden. Well, there you go. Holmish says, I just turned 33 and my mornings have become what doesn't hurt right now. You must have been an athlete. My body doesn't hurt much. I get headaches every once in a while. That's about it. Hayden asked me if I make sounds getting out of bed. I do grunt and groan. I go, ugh! But mostly when I'm sitting down, not standing up. I don't know why that is. Somebody said you're sports old. Well, dude, sports old, baby. Oh, Robertson. Snake bitten this guy. He almost had one at the side of the net there. James Stemler, any of our grandparents would be insulted at that statement. LMAO. True, James. Pickleball Patty. I'm 70 and still having fun. Listen, Pat, you're on a YouTube chat right now watching Leaf games with a bunch of psychos on a Wednesday night. Gripper Nation, welcome to it. Dude, good for you. Also, I've heard pickleball is a lot of fun. I haven't had a chance to play it. Oh, did Pietrangelo get a clean hit to the face? Actually, I'm not cheering against Pietrangelo. I really like him. Also, we need him to play for Team Canada. We need him. Kind of an important guy. By the way, yeah, I got that wrong. It was not Robertson at the side of the net. It was Willie. So they were playing Willie. I don't know if that was mid-change, but Willie was out there with Minton, which I think is interesting. Maybe they got a little chemistry. I mean, Willie set Minton up for his first goal, too. I'm curious to hear what Berube says about Minton after this game and what he says about Grebinkin, too. It's always interesting. You can watch and you go, oh, I think this and I think that. But until the coach says something, you really don't know. Oh. All right, so the period is over. Shots are 26-13. Not excellent. It's not great. The Leafs had 5 shots that period. Vegas had more than that. A lot more. And Vegas is looking like Vegas, man. They're an amazing team. Like, just a crazy, stacked, loaded team. I'm thinking that that the Leafs are going to get a little bit of a tongue lashing from Craig Berube. I think he's going to ask them how upset they're going to get about this. Use the Nyes thing as motivation in the third period. Guys, one of the guys that puts his body on the line every night for you just got his clock cleaned by one of these guys. We're not going to let them win this game. Even though by every metric they should, we're not letting them win this game. Your goalie is standing on his head. You got a first-time goal scorer in Fraser Minton. I know you're frustrated. Get going. That's what I would say. That would be my thing. Wall's played great, man. I love these goalies we have. When was the last time we could say that? We love both goalies? What? Really? Us? We can? Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to play a clip. Hey, Hayden. What clip are we doing? Okay, so this is about Ovechkin, who is very sadly on my fantasy team. It was kicking ass for me, and then he got injured. And I'm really hoping it's not serious. But let's have a chat about it. I'll see you in about 10 minutes. Let's talk about Alexander Ovechkin scoring 5 goals in 5 periods.
And then...
and then what, Steve?
Freaking hurts his knee.
I know!
We all made too much of a deal about a thing that we like. The hockey gods hurt us. And they said, ha!
How bad, though?
How bad did he hurt his knee?
Yeah.
I guess we'll see.
Week to week was what they said.
Oh, no!
Yeah.
He had 15 goals in 18 games. And by the way, my fantasy team is about to suffer. Because not only do I have Ovechkin, but I also have on one of them McMichael Enstrom.
Oh, man. That's so
that sucks.
Get out of here, man.
Yeah. I think it's listen, what's amazing is that at 39 years old, the goals are going in like that. Mm-hmm. And Dan Riccio had a tweet. Dan Riccio, who works at Sportsnet in Vancouver, said, forget breaking Gretzky's record. Ovi's chase has a new twist. Can he do it in fewer games than the great one? 894 goals in 1,487 games for Gretzky. 866 in 1443 for Ovechkin. That is, if he scores 29 more goals in the next 44 games, he'll hit 895 in fewer games. And 29 in 44 is a very Ovechkin doable thing to do.
Hard, but doable. Hard, but
that is
absolutely
nuts.
Doable. The threshold I want to see Ovi get over, and he's not going to be able to do it until next season. So he's going to break the goals record.
Yep.
And you can't poke a hole in that. It's the goals record. He has the most goals all time. Except he leads the NHL all time in empty net goals.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to be the all-time goals record, and then there's going to be goals on a goalie. And I think he's beating Gretzky by like 20 in that category. Keep going, Alex. You're playing until you're 50. Dance. We need to see it.
Do you know how much it is?
I looked it up recently. Gretzky's somewhere in the 40s. Ovechkin's somewhere in the 60s.
Okay. So he has to beat Gretzky's record by like 20 if he's 20 up on empty netters or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. I think he can do that. Play one more season. He's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even think that's a conversation. Like if he plays next year, he should have the most goals on a goalie.
This is what we need. We need the all-time record. And then after that, we're going to need something else to pay attention to.
Mm-hmm.
That
900 is the next, I think, after that.
Yeah, we gotta come up with new milestones.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
right?
900 would be the next one where it's like, holy shit, first ever person to get 900. Then we do professional, because what's Gretzky's professional?
I think
goals
it's 1070 something.
That's a little steep.
Yeah, but then so this was something that I wanted to do for Hockey Rants and Raves, and I was just like, this is too messy. Like, do Ovechkin's Super League, like Russian Super League goals count from when he was a teenager? his KHL goals from the lockout should surely count.
Yeah, 100%, I think.
He might already have him beat.
Right. Because, okay, so
Interesting.
Gretzky had 1,072 professional goals, and that is NHL regular season, NHL playoffs, WHA regular season, WHA playoffs. That's
Okay. And then can you do Ovechkin plus KHL? Plus playoffs?
Oh, good question.
Yeah, because you counted Gretzky's playoffs. So do OV plus playoffs plus KHL.
I got it.
So you work on Ovechkin because I got another guy who I think should be brought into the conversation.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, don't wait on me.
Oh, no. I thought you
okay.
had it. Okay.
Well, here's who
I
muddies.
have to pull up Hockey DB for that.
Here's who muddies the waters there. Jaromir Jagr.
What's his playoffs, every other league he's played in, and NHL regular season?
So his NHL regular season 766. So
Right,
he's
down.
far off the record, but he's still
Okay.
probably top 5 all time.
700 and...
In 66.
Yeah.
Plus 78 playoff goals, Stanley Cup playoff goals. Plus in the KHL, he had 25, 22, 19. Now, there's Avangard Omsk, which is Russian Super League, which then became the KHL, so add another 16. Now, do we add the Czech League?
Yeah.
All right. 11 plus 24 plus 15 plus 8 plus 5 plus he scored 1 this year. And last question. Oh, wait. No, we got to go even further back. Plus 8 plus 22 plus 8. And do we count the 1 game he played in Germany?
How many did he score?
1 goal.
Yeah.
In 1 game. He had 10 assists that game. That's a real thing. And do we count the second Czech League?
Sure.
Plus 3.
Okay. You're at 1,032. Which is not more than Gretzky.
That's insane.
And then Ovi
Ovi's at what?
is 3 goals away from 1,000 professional goals. He's got 997.
Jagger's played
what was
approximately a billion
1072.
professional games.
1072.
Yeah.
And he still hasn't. He's one of the best ever, and he's still not even really close.
Yep.
So we have Gretzky at 1072 in first place, Jagr at 1032 in second, and then Ovi at 997.
Yep. And it's
All right, we got a race.
What's interesting about Ovi's Russian career is that his numbers are really not that impressive before he reaches the NHL. Like his last year in Moscow, in the Russian Super League at the time, he had 13 goals and 14 assists in 37 games. And then his first year in the NHL, the next year, 52 goals, 54 assists in 81. And it's funny because the KHL is really weird with scoring, right? The big ice. And
Yeah, we've known that for years on this show because we've had the privilege of having KHL insider Steve Dangle.
That's
who
right.
worked for the league.
That's right.
Way back when, and you've always preached that to us is that the score, you can't just take the numbers from the KHL and apply them to North American hockey because they're wonky.
They are. They are.
Man, his team from his draft plus 1 years, like so stacked. That had Max Afinogenov, Pavel Datsuk on it. But then their top goal scorer, you guys always make such a big deal out of this guy, Pavel Rosa. Like who? It's a different game over there.
It is.
Is that his photo? Black and white?
Yeah.
It's like a Soviet Union.
I thought-
fort.
Even though he was drafted in 1995.
Looks like they sent him away to the war.
This person is 47 years old. Like they're younger than Chris Chelios by like a decade and a half.
Why does he have a wartime photo from
I
the
don't know.
40s?
Well, that's probably because
Hold
he
on,
was.
Hockey DB needs to
I'm gonna bring it
update the profile photo of Pavel Rosa.
So everybody can- How do you Pavel Rosa?
Rosa.
Look at this wart.
Put it on the screen. That person was born in 1977 and drafted in 1995. Why does he look like that? That person.
I like that LA Kings shot though, like with the turtleneck.
The dude in that photo, like presumably that was taken before he was sent to the Somme. That person retired in 2015.
That's nuts.
No, that's from Vietnam. Like that's that's.
Well, I think LA was going for like a vibe in the early 90s, you know? Like
And they
Why
should've-
is it black and white?
no. I don't know. It's so weird.
I wonder what he's doing right now.
listening to the show. Really, I think feeling pretty hurt.
If anybody out there knows Pavel Rosa, we'd like to talk to him. That and him and Tony Ham.
Watch will be like, hey, Pavel Rose is my uncle. It's crazy you guys are talking about him.
My brother.
I can't believe how often we get those emails.
All the time.
Nuts.
It's
cannot
crazy.
believe.
It's nuts. Anyway, very cool. Very, very cool for Ovechkin. Bummer about the knee, but hopefully we can get him back and get this thing sewed up by the end of the year.
35 career games missed due to injury.
That's it?
Wild.
That's throughout his entire nearly 20-year career in the NHL.
He's missed more games from lockout.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And from COVID
This
shortage.
would have been well done. This would have been over. If it hadn't been
yeah.
for the lockouts.
Wow.
Yeah. So the fact that now he has this week-to-week injury, and they said they're going to reevaluate Wednesday to hopefully update the timeline a little better, but right now, week-to-week, it's insane for him to get injured at all.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
So I'm looking at some of this stuff. So Mike Johnson tweeted this. Not all head contact is illegal. There are illegal hits to the head. You make not like the rules, but you might not like so Mike wrote this wrong. You might not like the rules, but that's what they are. If his feet are on the ice, elbow tucked, puck is on Nyes' stick, I understand the call. Okay. All right. Jay Rosehill is rethinking his stance. He said, PK Subban says it's a clean hit. Whatever. I'm moving on, guys. We got to move on. We got to get back to the game. The Leafs are up 1-0. And frankly, let's be honest. Their goaltender's keeping them in this game. They've spent the majority of the time in their defensive zone. And with Nyes now potentially gone, we don't know if he's gone. Don't know if he's coming back. Tonight, it's looking like not. Apparently, people said that he wasn't. Then we're looking at a situation here where the Leafs have 7 forwards that are injured. And they're going to have to weather the storm. And there are 2 guys specifically that I'm looking to step up. There's a third guy, but he's already played really well. I'm looking at Mitchell Marner and William Nylander to be absolute studs. And you know what they have been? Since Matthews has been out, they've been spectacular. Tavares has been great tonight, but let's be honest here. Tavares is 34 years old, and he can't carry it all the time. Willie set up Mitten's goal. We love that. Need to see a little more from Marner. And frankly, these young guys, whether it's fair or not, need to step up. This team's not, they didn't have a good second period, guys. Like the whole Nyes thing is distracting us from the fact that the Leafs got 5 shots that period. And that is what you got to bring it back to. Whether or not that hit is clean or not, people will be talking about that in podcasts all over the internet the rest of the week. Who cares right now? Right now, it's about getting back into this game and winning this game. And frankly, they just haven't looked all that sharp. And they're looking a little discombobulated. There's a lot of new blood in the lineup. Totally get it. We got to do something about it anyway. Right? So I'm looking for the big boys to show up. I need Alex Steves to show me what he was so good at in the AHL. I know it's his first couple of games at the NHL. He's deserved this shot. I want him to show us that he belongs here, that you can't take him out of the lineup. You know what I mean? That's a guy I want. I want to see Grabenkin be this physical force that he kind of was in the preseason. He's had a few good defensive plays tonight, a few good plays along the wall. You don't hate his game. Minton has scored. It's got to be more than that, though. It's got to be a good two-way game. We got to start getting the breakouts happening, right? And listen, the Leafs might be depleted up at forward, but on defense, they're perfectly healthy. Got to do something about it. And listen, I'm not against talking about bringing a guy like Alex Nylander into the fold, but here's the deal. Steves was scoring like mad in the AHL and has come up and haven't seen a lot of opportunities for him. Maybe that's his line mates. Maybe that's him getting used to the pace of play, the systems up here, whatever. But and Nylander had a really good run with Columbus last year. I do want to give him that. But I'd like to see more from the guys that we have. Fair or unfair. That's what it's got to be. What does Kempf do on this roster that Minton can't do? Well, Warrior Womp, I think it's a little early. I think David Kempf is, contract aside, David Kempf is a strong defensive forward who doesn't do a lot on the offensive side, wins faceoffs, and is dependable, and coaches trust him. They trust him. Fraser Minton's 20. It's going to take a little bit of time to earn a coach's trust. And dude, I would love to have Fraser Minton step into that 3C role. It'd be great. Apparently the Sportsnet panel is not very popular tonight. I've heard in several other group chats people echoing what you guys have to say. Listen, man, the reality is that this is a national game and they're going to be as neutral as they can be. And it is what it is. What are you going to do? Cassie says she's sleepy. Cassie, with this game, you're sleepy? You're probably getting up at 4 a.m. though, aren't you? Listen, Cassie, we love you. There are some trolls in here. Gotta love Leaf fans playing the Vectom. Oh, Travis, that feel good? It's playing the Vectom. Leaf fans. I love tweets like that. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Ooh, what a big boy you are, Travis. What's that, Hayden? Give it to me. Who is the 10th youngest player? Minton is the 10th youngest player to score a goal in the NHL this season, according to James Myrtle. That's kind of neat. Good for him. How about reporter Jesse is saying no update on Nye so far. That's a good thing. Sometimes no news is good news. It's not a no. It's not a no we won't see him. Right? It would be pretty obvious. Like if he was really injured, if he was really hurt, the no would be out there already. We'd know. Oh. Ew, boy. Okay. It's a update from Jesse. It officially no Nyes. That means, and this is an interesting one, guys. Let's go through the Leafs lineup here for a sec. Because with Nyes out of it, I believe that's 7 Leafs forwards that are injured. Yeah. So here's what you got on the IR. Not necessarily injured, but out. Matthews, out. Pacioretty, out long-term. Calle Yarncroke, out long-term. Kampf, day-to-day. Reeves suspended for 3 more games after this? 4 more games after this? And then Domi apparently is really hurt. Although I don't think he's been LTIR'd. So hopefully he can come back. But add Nyes to that. But here's the deal, right? Like, it's not just a bunch of nobodies. All of these guys are factors for this team. When this team was playing really, really well, Pacioretty was doing great things on the second line. Matthews, just being in the lineup is great. Yarncroke, when he was playing well with the Leafs, when he wasn't hurt, dude was great, but he had to go get surgery on that groin, sports hernia. David Kampf plays a pretty significant role in the fourth line. Max Domi has played a pretty significant role last year, had a killer start this year, and then kind of got hurt. And yeah, I don't know, man. It's you're gonna have to dig deep. We're gonna have to call the Colorado Avalanche and ask them how they did it. It's time to dig deep, boys. It doesn't matter that it's unfair. Time to dig deep. Injuries happen. It's part of the game. And you got a full set of good, healthy defensemen. Make it happen. Win the game. I want to win, guys. I want to win. They're going to have to be focused up this period. This can't be a let's go after Zach Whitecloud period. This has got to be a Toronto Maple Leafs play a stellar period and win the game period. 13 shots total. They only got 5 in the second. A lot of penalties called against. And listen, Vegas is a hard-hitting team. You got to expect that they're going to finish their checks. You're just going to have to be okay with that. Gurbankin with a nice little play off the boards. Gets past the Vegas defenseman. It's out in front. Oh, I thought Mitch Marner might have a shot there. just a few feet away from him. Oh, Leafs almost with too many men on the ice. Bad change. How many times have we heard that? I don't know how they're still so bad at this, but, stuff happens. McMahon tried to drive it out of the zone, was rubbed up against the boards. Bouncing puck in the Leafs zone. So Tavares tips Dorofiev's shot out of the ice, and off we go. Yeah, Nye's done for the night, will not return. No idea how long. Well, win the game. That's all there is left to do. Vegas already has a shot this period. Where are the Leafs? Come on. Out of the defensive zone. Go make something happen. I know they're good. It's the NHL. People are good. People are great. People are the best. Go be the best. Okay, White Cloud's going to get a penalty there on Tavares for tripping. Here's an opportunity. Here's an opportunity to do exactly what I just said. Go score another goal and win this game. Here's an opportunity. It starts right now. Okay. Vegas got possession. You got a power play. It's your first one of the game. Your power play's been cooking lately. I know you're not going to have Nyes out there. Have somebody else do what Nyes did. Make it happen. What are we saying, chat? Okay. So Fraser Minton is up on that first power play unit. He's going net front. Oh, so he's doing the nice thing. Okay, go make it happen, Fraser. Welcome to the show. This is a crazy, sparkling, amazing opportunity for Fraser Minton. Playing on the power play, go show Berube that you're effective. Dude, you'll never be sent back down again. You're going to be making NHL paychecks the rest of your life. Go do it now. Grebenkin too. Here's your chance. And they're probably going to have to call someone else up. I don't know who it's going to be. To text Kyle Cushman and ask him. Marner, Riley. Marner, Nylander open at the side of the net. That hit the pipe. There we go. Nylander. Oh, my God. I thought he had it. Marner with a shot, and it's blocked, and it's a big block. Uh-oh. We got a 2-on-1. Minton busting it to get back. Oh, just missed. Minton all over him. That effort there from Minton was great to get back. Here comes Marner. Nylander, please shoot. Please shoot. Yeah! Yeah, baby! Nice play, and he shot the damn puck. The Leafs shoot pucks now. Have you heard? Let's go, baby. Willie, you absolute stud. That was sexy. Yeah. That's revenge, baby. Go get another one. 1 for 1 on the power play. Go forecheck again. Get another one. The refs have got to even up the calls anyway. You know they're going your direction. By the way, Joe Wall, big, man, that was a big play right there on Kolasar. Nice flipping shot, Willie. That was hot. Oh, right in the 5-hole. Let's go, Gripper Nation. Let's freaking go, baby. Let's freaking go. Oh, people are saying I'm peaking the mic so hard right now. Well, maybe I'm peaked. Hayden's saying put in Sammy. No, Sammy's playing in Ottawa tomorrow night. 13th goal of the year for Willie. Beautiful. Sexy. When he walks his dogs tonight at his apartment, he's going to feel good about that one. He's been directly involved in both goals tonight. Set up Fraser Minton, scored the second goal there. Sexy. All right, let's see what this fourth line or third line or whatever you're going to call them. Steves, Lorentz, Dewar. Let's go make some stuff happen. Nice hit by Lorentz. Separates the man from the puck. That's the point of body checking. Dewar has a stick wrapped around him, and no, they're not going to call that. Oh, Lorenz almost had another one. Oh, look at this line. Where's it? See? It's effort, baby. We're looking for effort tonight. We're not looking for perfection. Give me effort. Give me try harder. Give me want it more. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. James says the Leafs are going to have to be icing their entire AHL roster by the new year. Well, let's not put that out there in the universe, James. 7 forwards injured for the Leafs. 7. Good thing they had some depth. There looks like they're going to need a little more. This is good playing by the Leafs here. We're going to make sure Vegas can't get set up in your offensive zone. That's when the Leafs have run into trouble in this game. Good save by Wall. Great positioning. It's 15:36 left in the third period if you're watching along with me here. So this is where you do not want this. You don't want to get hemmed in. You got to get that puck. You got to get a face-off. Get it out. There you go, Willie. There you go, Willie. Beat him to the puck, Willie. Beat him to the puck. He's tripped. Out front. Out front. Oh, come on. Oh, McCabe almost had one. He looked a little like Nyes there. 22 and 23. Very close. I had visions. Maybe we put McCabe on forward next game. 14:55 left in the third period. We got ourselves a game here, folks. The Leafs have brought it. Whatever Craig Berube said to them, whatever they thought after that second period, they knew that wasn't good enough. They knew they're better than this. I know Vegas is good, but you got to want it more. You're at home. Your refs, your fans are supporting you all the way. Get into this. It's a good game. Let's go. McMahon's going to go, and he's fast. He is real fast with that puck. Shoot. Nice little play. I think the defenseman got a piece of it there, but you got an offensive zone face-off out of that. Like that a lot. Now, the question will become, who does Craig Berube put out there? Who does Craig Berube put out there? Man, these are – okay, this is the thing about the Leafs that drove people nuts in the past that you're seeing this year that is different. And you can't tell me otherwise. Effort, man. This team puts in way more effort than they used to rely on their skill all the time to just help them win. And it worked until the postseason. Look what you're seeing tonight. That's this team digging in. This is digging in. Now, they got a tough task ahead of them. 15 minutes to go against an extremely talented Vegas team that's won cups or won a cup. And some of these guys have been to the finals. That's tough. Well, that's the task. Go and do it. They can do it. And there's Robert Bet with the super chat. If the Leafs make it through all these injuries, does it make you feel like the playoffs and you're not an old recycled teenager? I mean, listen, all you can do this early on in the season, Robert, and I think this is the same for anybody, is you can go, this feels playoff-like. But until you're in the playoffs, it's not the playoffs, right? But what you need to do is come through strong in high-intensity games. You know, they played the Oilers on Saturday, and that was a high-intensity game. The announcers were saying it, and these guys have done 1,000 games, and they're going, this feels like a playoff game. You need to win those games. You need to be the team that comes out on top. So whatever the playoffs feel like, even though they'll be more intense likely than this, you still got to be the team that goes, we still want all the high-intensity stuff. You're practicing. All these games is just warm up for the playoffs. And Vegas is treating it like an important game. You better do the same. Justin Fisher, my passion is off the freaking charts right now. That's right. Why? Because this team's working for it. They want it. And they're getting an offensive zone face-off to start. Let's go. Justin Fisher just dropped 10 memberships because the passion rating is 11 out of 10. It's 11 out of 10. Let's go. Let's go. I got to stop talking directly in the mic. I am peeking, and I'm sorry. Oh. Yahoo now has Nyes day to day. Well, yeah, of course they do. Okay. I'm just looking at some of my group chats here. Wow. Jeez. I gotta say, I'm looking for anything. I'm looking for anything in my group chats that suggests what we might know more about Nyes, but nothing. Scott Morton. Alex Nylander had 2 goals and an assist in an OT win. I know. But again, how many Marlies can you put in the lineup? And let's go to Puckpedia here. Let's find out. We got Leafs. And let's have a look. So, Hayden just asked, could Alex Nylander join the Leafs for the playoffs? They have to sign him, I think, before the regular season is over for him to be on the roster. But some of the guys they could look at bringing up, Jacob Quillen, Roni Hirvonen, Ryan Terberg, Ty Voigt, Braden Kessler. Wait, no, some of those guys are defensemen. Oh, Puckpedia for whatever reason. Oh, we got a hit from behind there. Puckpedia has them listed all as centermen. They're not. Vegas is going to get a penalty. Oh, Bacon, come on, get the goal. That would probably, you know what? If that puck stays out, that's okay, because that's very likely goaltender interference. Or at least they'd go for that. You just don't want to take that risk. Leafs just got another penalty. Now what you do is you go back and you screw these guys up again. Score another goal. Go get it. Jackson O'Neill. I have been a Leaf fan for 10 years, and this is my favorite lineups watching them. I agree. And you know what's crazy about this? Robert Bett, held to the grippers. You know what's crazy about this is that we've barely seen a healthy roster. Like, I think Matthews has been battling since like the preseason. That was a great pass by Steves. Grabenkin. Ooh. Oh, Steves almost had his first. Good work, guys. Good play, and that's what we're talking about here. Man, I don't think Grabenkin's going back to the AHL anytime soon. Berube's going to fall in love with this guy. He's going to walk down the aisle with this guy. He is a Craig Berube guy. Braden McNabb in the box. Toronto to the power play. Let's see if Fraser Minton can be the guy in front of the net again. New Nyes. When your guy goes down like that too, you gotta go for them. You gotta bring it for them. 12:41 left in the third period, by the way, if you're aligning with me. 1:38 left on the power play. Leafs playing a little bit of perimeter here. I don't love it when they do this. Sometimes they're looking for something too perfect. They shouldn't, especially now. Marner, set up by Nylander, hits a leg. Morgan Rielly dives to keep it in. Oh, and a puck gets out. I think they're going to make a change here, although, to be honest with you, I don't know what their second power play unit would look like at this point. Oh, here we go. Nylander over to Tavares. Oh, great play, though. Great play. So Tavares thinks he got... Oh, we got a breakaway. Here we go. McMahon. Great play. Nice pass. Was that OEL with the pass? That was spectacular. Love that. David Owens, my phone won't let me gift subs for some reason, so I'll have to do it next time. What do you guys think about Granlund at 3C for the deadline? My vote is for Ryan O'Reilly, but Granlund's okay. I think you need like a Bukestad or a Yanni Gord or something like that. But ultimately, I hope if Nashville continues to stink, Ryan O'Reilly, welcome back to Toronto. Robertson, nice little shot, tipped wide. There's Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Nylander, Larson, Nylander. Grabenkin on the power play. Good for him. Like the second power play unit, McMahon, Grabenkin, Robertson. That feels preseason, doesn't it? Unreal what's happened to the Leafs. 7 forwards, guys, that are now injured. 7. That's bonkers. And out goes Nylander. Boy, he's fast. It's crazy. Oh, here we go. Wide open. Stick went high. Okay. All right. Oh, nice little setup play by Robertson. I like what he was thinking there. Gurbenkian just working in it along the boards. This is what Berube likes about this guy. And watch number 71 along the boards. Berube loves what that guy does along the boards. He loves a guy who can win a board battle. Gurbenkian's your boy. Timmins. Oh, Dewar had a good shot. Pietrangelo just got the stick in front. Cassie. Oh, good night, Cassie. Thanks for joining us. We love you. Jesse in the chat. What's up, Jesse? He's at the game. He's reporting. He's reporter Jesse. All right. All right, babies. Let's go. Let's get this offensive zone face-off. They might have killed the penalty, but really good opportunities for the Leafs there. I think they got a couple more shots. McCabe keeps sneaking in from the point, man. He's looking. That guy is laser right now. Focused. Let's go. Tavares looks a little, to quote one of the Edmonton media, pissy tonight. Looks a little pissy. Looks a little angry. And by the way, we got an icing on the Vegas Golden Knights there. So go Leafs go. Let's get a offensive zone face-off. They're playing that song. Nah, 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 nah. Ron Sauce, wild thoughts on Tanev. Lived up to the hype and more, man. I love Christopher Tanev. I'm in love with Christopher Tanev. The man plays hockey. He's just awesome. You need a guy like that on your team. Best defenseman they've had in 25 years, defensively. Trevor C., I love when my team gets pissy. They're pissy. They're a little pissy tonight. There's Dewar to Benoit. Benoit with a little bit of a move there. Oh, right in front of the net. Nice. He finds his guy. He's tied up. Benoit looking finesse. That's Simon Paul Coffey Benoit to you. Wow. That was great. James David Atkinson, is it too early to buy a Gurbenkian jersey? Well, not a Marlies one. Man, I think Craig Berube might buy one after tonight. I think he's gonna have good things to say about it. So no, I don't think it is. It's never too early. You like the player, get the jersey. Oh, big. That's a monster hit. Barbashev just crushed. I forgot. I can't see who it is. It looks like, I think it was Dewar, maybe Holmberg. There's Holmberg. Spins back. Dewar's back, or McCabe's back. Minton's back. That's what you need from a young centerman too. Defensive responsibility. Jackie Chai. I've been meaning to ask this for a while, but I keep forgetting. Adam, I am on team Make Panama the Permanent Goal song. Do you agree? Absolutely. Panama is one of the greatest songs ever written by one of the greatest bands that's ever existed. In my view, the best band that's ever existed. Absolutely. It doesn't get better than that. Oh, Robertson gave that away. That's not cool. We don't like that. Okay, go the other way. Don't fall. Pietrangelo with the one hand over Robertson. Yeah. Oh, here you go, Lawrence. That's what you do. Just clear it. That wasn't a great shift for Robertson, but the try level is there. We're talking about not perfection. Please just put in a gargantuan effort. And you can never say that Robertson doesn't try, dude. James says, when I was at the home opener, the dude next to me thought Tanev Pickett was stupid, and I told him in the most polite way possible it was crazy. Yeah, well, there's a guy that doesn't watch West Coast hockey games. He played for Vancouver, he played for Calgary, he played for Dallas. You don't watch the West Coast. That's fine, but just admit it. You don't watch the West Coast. Not everybody has time to. Chris Tanev is amazing. I hope that guy buys his jersey. Pickleball Pat Batty. Thanks so much for the fun tonight, Adam. Hey, Pickleball Pat Batty, we love you, buddy. Thank you for joining us. Adam, what's the shot tally? 29-25 in Vegas's favor. That means the Leafs have had a lot of shots this period. They came into the period with 13. That means they've got 12 just in this period. How about that? That's effort, ladies and gentlemen. And this is what I don't like them doing. They're running around in their own zone right now. They got Vegas always has really good players out because their entire team is stacked. This is where the Leafs do run it, or have in the past run into trouble, but that's why Chris Tanev's on this team. Northern Angler, Nylander really is getting his ice time lately, eh? Yes. No question, and deservedly so. But it's not like they have a choice either. Even if he was playing bad, they'd still need to play him a lot. But the effort here is amazing. Frank says, Adam and all viewers, I hope your grippers are healthy and feeling fine. Guys, you got to take care of your grippers. They carry you through life. Marner's had a good, solid game tonight, too. You can tell that they're all a little bit gassed from trying so hard. Hasn't been a lot of whistles, especially in the last 2-3 minutes. So the pace of play is high. And this is where you're physically fit. That's where if you did extra push-ups in the summer, this is where it comes. This is where it counts. Nice little play by Grabenkin there. Gets it out, throws it down, doesn't ice the puck. Perfect. You needed to change, you got it. That's a high IQ hockey play. Ooh, nice save through traffic by Wall there. The one thing you got to say about him, first off, he's got a great eye, but even when he can't see it, he's always in position. Here's Robertson on McNabb. McNabb got it past him. Hey, guys, have you clicked subscribe yet? We're looking for 130,000 subs. Can we get there? Can we get there by the end of the game? I don't know. I don't know if it's going to happen. What do you think, guys? What do you think? You think you can do it? All right. 4 minutes and 33 seconds left in the third. This is going to be one of those where you are sweating the whole time. Get ready to sweat. I hope you wore your deodorant. And if you didn't, whatever, you're probably at home anyway. No one's going to judge you. Yeah, I don't think that's going in. The net's not on the thing. Wow. Jesse says we got to grip that mustache. So I think we're going to commercial break here. But the Leafs cannot change because Ekman Larson was the guy that took the net off, even though he was pushed down by Howden. The refs, man. The refs. Let's just leave it for now. It's not worth it. You can't hurt me. Please don't grip the mustache again. Why not? What's the problem? 4 minutes and 5 seconds left to go. Here comes Pontus Holmberg against Hannafin, who knocks him over. But hey, listen, you're going to have one man deep. The Leafs are going to try to play some sort of version of a trap. And this is where you need guys like McCabe and Tanev, who are two of the best. Those two actually have some of the best defensive numbers in the NHL right now. They're like a top 3 pair in the entire NHL on the defensive side of the puck. You need these guys. And they're going to be playing most of the rest of the game, and they know it. But I want to say that I think Riley OEL, it's defensively, this is sort of one of the better years I've seen Riley play. And I think it's because he's finally got reliable partners. Hey, so we got a stream up here. Going into the season, we were thinking we would do Monday night streams. But some of the games have been a little dry. So the question is, do we do Monday night streams on the regular, or do we just do weekday Leaf streams? And whoever they're playing, that's who they play. And we'll do other streams. Don't worry. Four Nations is coming up. Maybe I'll do some late night streams at some point this year. I'm flexible. But I want you to answer that for me. I'd love to know what you think. Jacqueline, I completely forgot Hannafin was on Vegas. Listen, if there's a high-profile player available, they're probably going to Vegas. A lot of people loving the Leaf streams. Okay. Listen, man, here's the deal, too. I'll do Leaf streams. I'll do some other streams. Maybe a couple weeks I'll do a few streams a week or something like that. I will say this. In the playoffs, I do the Western Conference games. I did the Vancouver Canucks and I did the Edmonton Oilers last year, all the way to the finals. So it's not like we won't be doing West Coast games. Don't worry. It's just sometimes in the middle of the week, when you have to be up at 6:30 to get your kid up for school, it's difficult to stay up till 1 a.m. Maybe if you're 25, that's not so hard for you, like Hayden, my producer, who's 27. But some of us have children. And children soak up energy. You'll be shocked when you have one. James David Atkinson, you mentioned you'd like to interview Tony Han. You can contact the Whitley Warriors, the team he coaches, on their website for team media inquiries. You know your task. I would love to talk to him. A Waker degree, over under on 10 games for Gulbenkian this year. I believe Gulbenkian's going to play over 10 games this year, especially with the injuries the Leafs have. The Leafs now have 7 forwards out. Nyes, we don't know how long. Matthews and Domi on IR. Kampf on IR. Yarncroke and Pacioretty on LTIR. And we got an empty net in this game. Guys, Gulbenkian's going to play some hockey, and so is Minton. And you know what? They haven't looked out of place tonight. Been really impressed so far. Really, really impressed. Okay, Leafs, get the puck. Score the winner now. Put this game away. Put this away. Away with this game. There we go. There you go. Holmberg. Oh, he scores! Pontus Holmberg needed that. He needed that like somebody walking through the desert needs water. 3-0 Leafs, baby. Yes! Let's go. Let's go. This was not a game that the Leafs were really supposed to dominate in, and they didn't. They haven't until this period when the deserved to want it o-meter, or when the wanted o-meter took over, and the Leafs wanted this game. I think Matthew Nyes galvanized them. I think whatever Craig Berube told them, if I was reporter Jesse Blake, I am asking my first question of Craig Berube tonight. And I'm going, what did you tell them between period 2 and period 3? Because they came out on fire. What was it? What was it? What was it, man? That's effort. That's digging in. This is a team you can love. When they play like this, now they've had some shit games, terrible games, but there are less of them. And you know what I'm noticing too? Less periods like that. Even when the Leafs were sort of not playing great in the second period, a lot of it's penalty and this and that, whatever. I never felt like they were out of it. I just felt like that they could be better. And these young guys have come up. Steve's had a couple of opportunities tonight. Minton scored. Gulbenkian's made smart defensive plays, good plays along the boards, and has created a couple scoring chances as well. Willie looks like an absolute stud. Your defense looks super strong. Joseph Wall is this. If he's not getting the belt of this game, I guess Minton would, because it's his first goal. But dude, just love it. As far as the streams go, goalie Cody. Hey Adam, as a Stars fan and the Leafs fan second, I would love to see some Stars streams. I can do a Stars stream. I'm happy to do that. Do a little on demand. James, waiting for you, Steve and Jesse, to do a trio stream, even with Jesse at games, would be fun if you and Steve did the odd Saturday tandem. So the thing with that is that Steve's got his own vibe with it. And like, I don't want to interrupt that. He just, and I do things differently. We would do well together. There's no question. I feel like we work well together, but like he has, like those Saturday streams are like classic Steve. I would hate to change up the chemistry. Okay. Got a minute 22 left. I'm not going to mention the thing that the Leafs need to do, but you know what they need to do. I'm not going to mention it. Mm-hmm. Oh. Uh, Hayden says Leafs versus Stars this season are on a Tuesday and a Wednesday. Not the same week, but we will do one of those for sure. How about that? How's that? Man, Gripper Nation, I just love doing this with you. This is the best. I would do this every night, but I have a child and a wife and a divorce to my name. I'd like not to add a second one. But I do want to say I absolutely love hanging out with you like this. Helps when they're winning too. Helps when the games are good. But dude, this is a good period. It's a good game. If you're a Leafs fan and you're worried, I get it. We have a team here that is really digging in though. I don't know. It's I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed. We're going to do I'm going to start some new things as we do these streams. I want to come up with some traditions that we carry like into the playoffs. So one of the things I want to do is a quick press conference after the game. So once the game expires, is 40 seconds to go on my clock right now. Send in your questions. And Justin, I am going to ask you to send me some of your favorite questions. I'm going to look at some of them on the screen, but Justin, if you can just copy and paste, send them via text, and we'll do a little Q&A after the game for 5 minutes and just sit and chat. Because I think we can do a better job than the panel anyway. Yeah, I said it. I think we can do a better job. I think we're better. You and me together. 6 seconds. Guys, I think a round of applause is due here. That was all guts. All guts. Guts and goaltending. That's what that was. That was spectacular goaltending from Joseph Woll. Great defense, especially from that McCabe-Tanev pairing. And really impressive depth from guys like Minton and Grabenkin. And I have to say, the Stars showed up. John Tavares was great tonight. William Nylander was spectacular tonight. Mitch Marner was all guts tonight. That's a team that was said, we want 2 points and we're taking them. And we get Joseph Woll a shutout. That's sexy. Leafs win 3-0. And by the way, I am 3-0 on Leaf streams this year. It's kismet. James Stemler, ding, don't things feel differently this season? It would be fun because it would make you guys bounce off each other and compliment each other. Oh, do things differently. That you mean me and Steve? Yeah, we could. We'll try it out. Listen, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes it's nice to be at home on a Saturday with my wife and hang out. Not that I don't love being with Steve. Justin's going to send me some of your questions, so just fire them into the chat. Q&A. Okay, so Marissa is asked me, let's start the press conference now. Marissa asked me, do you think the Leafs should get a new alternative jersey? I'm not a huge fan of the black. Well, they do have another alternative, and it's the St. Pat's jersey. And I think the alternative jersey that they need to do is they need to improve on the St. Pat's jersey. How do you do that? It's almost perfect. Yes, it's almost perfect. It needs to be, you know how it's mostly white with the green strips? You need to reverse that. It needs to be mostly green with a white strip and the crest. That's what needs to happen. That should be their new jersey. That's my opinion. Doug, do the Leafs finally have the next man up mentality? Well, tonight they did. I think when you have your best players giving you games like that, it sets the tone for everybody else. Willie, Johnny Tavares, Johnny Toronto, Mitch Marner, they dug in tonight. Chris Tanev, Jake McCabe, Morgan Riley, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, they dug in tonight. Everybody else, what's your excuse? And with listen, I didn't love the Connor Timmins penalty. It was stupid. But you could tell he was emotional. Simon Benoit, I liked his penalty because he wasn't effing messing around with Zach Whitecloud after what happened. Minton scoring the goal and being in the right place at the right time because he's good positionally. But here's the more key with Minton. He was back on defense. He was playing good defense. That's how you stay in the lineup. That's how you save the Leafs from having to go spend a first round pick in like 2025, because I don't believe they have one for this year, or 2025. I don't think they have a first round pick this year. I think their next one is in 2026 if they don't go out and acquire one. So how do you stop them from trading 2026? Go out and be Fraser Minten and be the new third line center for the Leafs. That's how you do it. I love Gurbankin too. Ty Smith, the first question, is Adam going to do the Ottawa game on Monday? I think the hate he has for the franchise would make it a good stream. And 2, where are the apples? Oh, the apples. Well, they're coming. Ottawa, I don't hate the Ottawa Senators. I kind of laugh at how good everybody wants them to be and how they just can't seem to be. I don't know. Like, it's sad a little bit. But management's got to stop pretending that Travis Hamonick's an NHL defenseman. They have to get some veterans on that defense core, man. They do. I'm looking at the Ottawa defense core, and they're just loaded to the gills with talent. They need somebody like a Chris Tanev. I can understand why they wanted him so bad. Ruins Archived. What is the biggest difference between a Berube team from a Keefe team? What's your favorite aspect of Berube? So I think that Keefe and Berube essentially wanted the same things. I do think that Keefe was a little bit more of a side-to-side guy. And I think that comes from the Dubas era, whereas Berube is squarely, that's where the net is, we're going that way. And anybody that gets in our way, we're going to punish them. And that would, I think, be the biggest difference. Whereas the Leafs used to try to go around players, now they try to go through them. And you're seeing it filter down the entire lineup. They're all doing it. Gravendi 7. Gravendi? Grandavine 7? I'm sorry. Some of the names they're difficult. With all the injuries, does the way the team has stepped up give you a sense of comfort in this compared to previous years? Yes, no question. Especially with the player without Austin Matthews, because, Matthew and I is going down tonight. While big, Austin not playing is the biggest loss. So I think you have to look at specifically how Willie and Mitch have come out of their shells and played so great since this. I would say that I have some comfort. I need to see it consistently. They're going to be without these guys a long time. Like, I think Nyes is probably a few weeks away now. It's a concussion. I'm being conservative. Matthews probably a few weeks away. Conf is on LTIR. I didn't know that. Domi's on IR. Like, yuck, man. Yuck. Lisa, post-game meal, pasta or pierogies? You know what? Pierogies. There is nothing, especially if they're fresh, real pierogies. My friend growing up, his mom, he was Italian. His dad was Italian. His mom was Ukrainian. So you can imagine the food at his Christmas dinners, man. The best fresh made pasta I've ever had, coupled with, like, they made them on their counter, pierogies. Insane. But I'm a pierogi fanatic. That's why I don't eat them that much, because I would keep eating them. Normal Squidward. Would you trade Robertson for Morgan Frost to get that third line center? I don't know I don't think Nick Robertson is a Tortorella guy. So this is my last one I'm going to answer. I don't think Robertson is a Tortorella guy. I think that I think they want a lot for Frost. I think it's going to cost you, especially this point of the season with this many forwards down. No general manager is going to give you a sweet deal. And I want Robertson to stay with the Leafs, and I would love to have Morgan Frost in the Leafs, but I want to see what Fraser Minten can do first. Because what if you don't have to spend assets? What if you don't have to trade Robertson? And listen, guys go through cold streaks. What if Robertson gets hot? He's been hot before. So anyway, I'm very, very impressed. I can't wait to see what Steve Zelafar looks like in the morning, because I think he's going to be jacked up for this too. It's really, really good. So, guys, listen, I had a blast hanging out with you tonight. Really, really good time. And I just hope you guys have a great night. And I'm going to see you next week. And Robert bet who deserves the belt tonight. I think, Robert, we're going to go with Minten, but it should go to Wool. The Squeezable Lemon, thank you for dropping 20 subs there at the end. One Canadian babe, you just sent a super chat through, but you didn't say anything, but we appreciate it. Steesen Schiller, if you stream with Steve, you can eat cheese. Just saying. That's true. And James David Atkinson, I prefer this game to Ottawa game at 3 a.m. Guys, I love you all. I hope you have a fantastic time. Remember, Steve is going to be back Saturday for the next Leafs game. That's right. They don't play again until Saturday. And he is going to be in Halifax when he does it. So that'll be kind of fun. I hope you enjoy your week. SDP is out. There's 3 episodes out this week. Tomorrow it'll be Chris Johnson's show. Friday it'll be Agent Provocateur. And I will see you next week. And we're going to keep you updated on what we're going to do here on these streams. I'm leaning towards Leafs. And Hayden just reminded me, don't forget about nailing the Apex. We got the Vegas Grand Prix this weekend too. Good sports weekend. Make sure that you check that show out because it's really fantastic and it's new and we want you to see it. All right. Thank you to Hayden Matheson. Thank you to Justin Fisher for assisting me on the stream tonight. Big shout out to Robert Malloy, Pride Night at the Leafs. I hope you had a blast and I will see you guys when next we speak. See you later.